So I have
Oh
put our
yeah.
link in the chat on X as well.
Okay.
So it'd be really helpful, guys.
And I tell you what, if Tuna, I know I forgot you watch over the X chat. If something comes up that you want us to highlight, man, let us know. And then also,
we can see it. We can see what people are saying to us.
Mm-hmm.
We just can't say anything to them, which is a bit of a bummer.
Right, and I can't highlight it like I can with the YouTube stuff. But yeah, we got Scottish Davros in here, Gobster.
Oh, the legend,
my homie.
What is next?
I've just recently acquainted with him.
Awesome, absolutely awesome.
So shout out to everybody watching, man. Woodrow, it's good to see you again. We're done with the X-Men thing. It's just that's kind of like our little communal thing we're doing every week is watching something. This week there wasn't anything crazy to get into. Wasn't a whole lot of news out there. It was just a good episode. Go watch it. I mean, I hate to advise you to give Disney money, but I enjoyed myself. So go give it a try and see what you think. Comment below. But if you're watching, make sure to like, subscribe, and share. If you're watching on X, feel free to pop the link on my Twitter page. Come over here and subscribe and get all the links. We're also on Gobster too. So yeah, you guys feel free, subscribe to all of us in the council and everybody that's our guests. We appreciate you. So Gobster, other than just like any particular event, I'm getting ready to, we're going to go over something funny, but just to ask you how things been, you good? Did you enjoy your vacation?
Oh man, what an awesome vacation. Totally chilled out. God's country, wonderful scenery.
In the supremacist countryside?
Absolutely. Oh yes, all that racist countryside. The amount of abuse I got. Yeah, the amount of abuse I got was just disgusting, to be fair. But you know, these are things you have to live with in a modern society. But yeah, it was a welcome break, and I'm back into the madness now. So
speaking of madness, that leads us to our next insane segment. Let's see here. This is something Tuna sent me, man, and I had to make sure that we looked at this because it cracked me up. Let me bring it up. All right, let's see.
This one is great.
I haven't watched this. I just I saw the first 5 seconds and went, you know what, it'd be funnier because I knew since she sent it to me, it was okay. And then I would trust it. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew it was okay to put out. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna wait and see it myself for the first time. Make sure I got my volume right. All right.
This is a queer fat club.
I'm queer and fat.
Okay, thank you for joining. We're just introducing ourselves at the moment.
Okay.
Do you want to go ahead and introduce yourself, Joe?
Yeah, my name's Joe. I go by he, they, and I identify as 275 pounds.
Okay. Okay.
I feel like Jay's kind of making fun of me though. I know it's kind of a shock. I know, kind of a new thing.
I'm just,
Do what?
I said I apologize.
Oh no, you're good.
Are you comfortable leaving the group at the moment?
Why?
I'm not understanding why you're joining the group.
This is the queer and fat group now.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I came here for.
Okay. And you said you identify as fat?
Yeah.
Okay. This is just for fat-bodied people.
Yeah, I understand. I identify as a fat-bodied person.
I'm not understanding where you're coming from.
Are you guys comfortable with me here? I mean, I'm pretty chill on my end.
I'm not comfortable, no.
Can we take like a vote?
This is a queer fat club.
You know, that we can identify as anything we want unless we disagree with it. You know?
Exactly.
They great job, dude. Whoever did that is like a king troll.
Yeah.
Well, is he trolling or is he proving a fucking
He's a
point?
legend.
Well,
Absolute legend.
I think he's more proving a point than anything.
Proving a point.
Bunch of hypocrites.
Proving a point massively.
That's the important thing. Yeah. It's like, remember when we watched that thing, we watched a clip of some lady that was suing her son's school because they wouldn't go along with the him being a dog or some shit, you know what I mean? And so I love to see stuff like this because it's kind of using humor to push sanity, like what we do. So let's see what we got next, fellas.
Yeah. I like how you classify this as humor.
Oh, I have to, Tuna, or I would lose my mind. I really would. What's left of it anyway. And there's only so much left to lose, but I try to think things maybe are getting a little bit better. But now this is something you sent me I liked, and I don't know if this is saying things are getting better or not, but maybe. Now, anybody familiar with this? Because I haven't watched it. I've just been seeing it.
New
I know
Zealand,
you-
isn't it?
Awesome.
Have you?
Legends.
Have you seen this?
Another couple of legends. Legends indeed.
People doing the Lord's work, isn't
Yes.
it?
Oh, I've seen this. This is
Sweet.
Oh, I
Hey,
haven't seen this one.
absolutely doing the
Shout
Lord's
out.
work. Removing.
Shout out. Oh, heck yeah. We're going to watch this. Shout out to everybody watching the chat. We really appreciate you guys. We just started watching some crazy stuff. We got a few different things we're going to take a look at. If you're watching on X, feel free to take the link out of off my Twitter page. Come over here to the YouTube, subscribe.
The
like.
link should be in the X chat, B.
Oh, it'll be okay. Yeah, click the link. I keep forgetting that. Yeah,
it should be there in the chat.
yeah, it's in the chat for the thing that you're watching. So click that link, come over and subscribe, and then subscribe to all the council members and guests. We're trying to get our numbers up. Last week was our most successful week. We had over 100 live viewers, and we really appreciated it. So help us do it again. But if we don't, we're still going to have a lot of fun one way or the other. At least I always do.
Hell
So
yeah,
Oh yeah.
let's watch this.
Amen. Amen.
Oh. Is there no? Okay. All right. Let's see. This is an
Have we got
awful
audio
music.
on this?
Is there? I thought there was audio.
I don't think there is. I don't think there is.
Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't
Okay.
seem like it.
All right. So
No, there's no audio. I
silent-
don't think. I think it's just.
It's a silent film about Chads. Heck yeah.
And
And see, you know what? And anybody who's watching this, if you're gay,
Yeah,
man,
it's
don't be
awesome.
offended.
Okay.
You're still my brother. I don't care about.
But this
that.
isn't about that, though, is it?
This isn't about
these-
that.
the insanity
is-
that's going on, and
No, I can tell you a story about. I know a little gay dude that owns an antique shop out in Hollywood, and when
go
he
ahead.
sees it, when he sees a dude dressed up like a chick, it rages him.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, he's like, dude, he's like, what's the point of that?
Yeah.
It makes us look stupid. You know, I was like, I get it. You mean? And he's like, who cares who you're sleeping with? Why do you have to put it out like a Broadway show? Nobody cares in the first place.
Exactly. And all these people are just driving over it. I guess they don't realize
Amen.
what it is, but so the thing is like so anybody, if you're watching and you're like, oh, okay, well, they hate gay people or something. No, not at all. We associate with people on YouTube that are gay and are friends with them and do shows with them. So it's not like we're some sort of prejudiced people.
I think it's
this is
proving the
about
point,
a
isn't it,
message.
that I'm going to take a shot in the dark and say that, you know, New Zealand, Auckland, wherever this is, that, you know, they probably have homeless, they have vulnerable people, you know, they probably don't have money for that, but they have money for this stupid shit, you know, and this is going on, you know, all over the world, and people are getting really fucking fed up with it.
Oh yeah.
And
Yep.
and that's the thing is like you're pushing it, and what people I would say to anybody who's young enough to not understand this yet, but in a normal world, everything's not viewed through the lens of sexuality. And it's definitely not to children. I mean, maybe a lot of things, yeah, they're, you know, they used, you know, adults, you know, hot women in movies, whatever. I understand that. Yeah, sex sells and it's exploited, but this is something completely different. This is tied to people would use that sort of stuff as an excuse to justify something like this. And this is tied to a message that's overall basically trying to rewrite how we think and how our society looks, feels, functions, and ends up, in my opinion.
Yeah, man.
Oh God, shit makes me mad, man. But I like that
Yep.
those guys. You know,
Only
those
getting
guys
worse.
probably gonna go to
Only getting
those
worse.
guys. Those guys are gonna go to prison for that shit.
Only
You
if
know,
I found-
yeah,
Vargas.
yeah, that's true. They were wearing hoods, weren't
Yeah,
they?
but why?
Shout out. Go ahead. What'd you say?
You know what I mean? Yeah, but what? Why should they go to prison? Why should they even be arrested? What they're doing, there's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I would say that the Vandals were the ones who put the crossing down in the first place.
Like
In my
Strange
point of
world
view.
now, though, isn't it? You know, it's
So-
one man's Rainbow Road is another man's kind of
Pain in the
what I'm
ass.
looking for.
I just,
Yeah.
I mean, and I mean, it's just, it boggles my
It's
mind,
just-
man. But the thing is, like, I feel bad for those guys though, because I know, you know, we've seen stuff where people have been prosecuted or went to jail for similar things. Didn't they try to prosecute that like I would be a American saying get, but that kid that he was doing like donuts on one of those on the road, you know what I'm talking about? He was like
Oh, I
spinning
seen
his
that.
tires and shit. And I think he got charged with something.
They
It's
got to be found
ridiculous.
first. And
Oh,
if
yeah,
you don't know
but-
who they are, then
Oh yeah, he did. He got charged for criminal damage.
oh
Yeah, we-
shit. Well,
Yeah, see, I think we covered it on here, but
You know,
now I realize it's hard to keep up with
the
everything.
thing is,
Go ahead.
oh yeah, but the thing is, when you're forcing an ideology on people, people are going to get annoyed and they are going to
Yeah.
push back. So what do you
Yeah.
expect?
Oh yeah.
This is what's
We're
going to
wasting
happen.
good money on
And the
this
more
shit,
you
know?
push it, the more the push. I mean, look, what day is it tomorrow?
Easter, but it's
Tomorrow is
Trans
Easter
Visibility Day.
And
Oh, that's
Joe Biden
ridiculous,
has
man.
made sure that no, it's not. It is the day. Yeah, but it's the day the Lord rose. Yeah, it's as simple as that. It's nothing else. Nothing else. It is the day that Jesus Christ rose from the grave. End of. That's
What was
it.
you, what's going to
So
add? I
the
think,
man who's the head of one of the greatest countries in the world is. Go on.
I don't know if we've got a bit of lag. Sorry, Gobby. I was
Yeah,
going to
it's
agree with that
look, don't worry.
completely. And I don't know if you've seen, obviously, because being kind of fellow countrymen, the amount of councils over the last 24 hours have put up these stupid posts saying about, oh, it's pride, kind of,
Yeah.
they're putting the flag up, it's kind of trans day visibility. I'm like, why are you overriding what should just simply be the Easter bank holiday? Why are we doing this now? Do it next weekend. Do it whenever the fuck. Why now?
On purpose, man. 100% on purpose.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Just to piss off
Yeah.
the people that want to
Oh, yeah.
be straight American, English, just proud of their country. They just want to spit in our face. 100%. That's what I think. Because why?
Get the
You're
attention
exactly
they
right.
want so much.
Yep.
Right. Exactly right. Any day. They could have done that any
The
day.
thing
But Easter? Go ahead, man. Sorry.
Exactly. No, the thing is, the UK is a Christian country. It's
Right.
All our laws are set as a Christian country. So why are they destroying it? I mean, don't forget, like you had me this conversation, I wouldn't say anything like that. But I mean, I've just rediscovered my religion. I've decided to, refine the Lord and find God again because I need something to believe in. Because in these dark days, as I said on the last one, when you see Satan walking the earth with all the crap that's going on now, if Satan exists, then God must exist. So, and we can see
Yeah,
all along.
well.
And this is just, it's not right. It just really isn't right. A continual attack on religion. You remove our religion, which it is now. The new religion is transgenderism. It's
Mhm.
gender is for it. It's pronouns. That's not. You can actually track the fall of Western society with the fall of Christianity and faith and belief, because
Right.
we've got these new ones, and you can't turn around and say Easter Sunday is anything other than Easter Sunday, even
Easter
if you
Sunday.
don't
Yep.
believe in
Exactly. That's what
God
I
or
was going to
whatever.
say. Like,
It's
out
Easter
of
Sunday.
respect,
It always has been.
respect
Yeah,
and tradition, and it's a tradition. Don't
exactly.
hurt nothing.
I respect that, even
Right.
if you don't believe. Exactly. I
That
mean,
links
I wasn't,
into
as I said,
to
until
Archer's
recently, I
comment, doesn't
wasn't
it?
Christian, but I respect. Yeah, go on. Do you have anything while it's
So
celebration?
Archer's kind of
Oh
made a
yeah,
good point about kind of celebration of Easter without mentioning the actual religion, and supermarkets are doing it now.
Mm.
A lot of the Easter eggs, they're now called something else.
yeah.
Oh yeah, I heard about
Eggs.
that.
You think of Christmas, it's happy holidays, it's all this kind of stuff. The attempted eradication coming from companies of a religion, but at the same time, you're then getting shelves and shelves of kind of Ramadan bollocks and all that kind of stuff. It's like, do that, but make sure that every other religion that you want to support gets the same amount of attention.
Well, look at yeah. Well, look at London. Look at London.
Yeah.
Lit up for
Mhm.
Ramadan in a Christian country. Where's the Easter stuff?
Ridiculous.
Where's the Easter
Yeah.
stuff?
They'd burn it
It's
down
as
or they'd tear it down.
simple
Probably.
as that. It's why are we celebrating? Well, the thing is, why should they? This is not right. I mean, I've just done a video which I'm processing now, which I'm going to put up later, where a woman's asking a police officer, "Why are you not arresting people with swastikas?" Because it's a hate crime. It's anti-Semitic, and they go, "No, it's not. It depends on the context." No, he
Depends on the
doesn't.
context.
A
No,
swastika
not at all.
is anti-Semitic. Pure and simple. Yeah, but he actually our copper stands there and quotes Section 4A and Section 5 of the Public Order Act, and actually explains that in that act I should be arresting them, but we're not. It's just
Ridiculous.
when I get the video up later, you'll see the complete disdain for a woman asking a logical question. And the best, she's an American, by the way, guys. She's an American asking a question. Why are you not
Embarrassing.
arresting people? There's 15 people walking with swastikas. Why aren't you arresting them? And he basically went, well, it depends on the context, doesn't it?
The
No,
police
it
are too
doesn't.
scared to do anything
No, it
anyway,
does
aren't
not
they?
defend, you know.
Police is infiltrated and
listen, the plot with
compromised.
it really is.
Yeah.
Oh,
You know, police don't want to do anything. You know,
well, they
a lot
are.
of these
But just,
people
I mean,
will
you see
cop
the
it
one
anyway.
where they don't want to get involved. No, I mean, did you see that one last week where they're actually shouting from the river to the sea, and somebody says to a cop who stood there, "Do you hear
Yeah.
that? That's hate speech." And he goes, "Oh, I'm ever so sorry. I had something going on in my earpiece." And you can hear it as clear as day. And his mate wasn't. And he went, well, "Your friend could hear it." And he went, "I didn't hear anything."
Which
They're
the
not
person
police.
wouldn't even go to the trouble of
Police job
pointing
is to
out.
get in the way of.
Right. Oh no, go ahead, Gops. Go ahead.
It was clear as day. It was clear as day. You could hear it clear as anything on the video. So if you can hear it on the video and he was stood next to the copper could hear it and he turned a blind eye. And the second your police begin to turn a blind eye, there is no police. There is no law and order. And it's falling apart.
Nope.
This country is falling apart. Something horrendous. It's
Yeah.
really frightening. It really is.
Faster than the US, but the US, I think you'll kind of be right behind us at this rate.
Yeah, you guys are the
Oh, I think
proving
so.
ground for the shit, and then we'll suffer. We'll suffer from what the results, what they learn from doing it to you guys. They'll improve upon to do it to us.
Oh,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? It's the same people anyway. It's pretty scary, but yeah, I'd say, you know, at least half the police and military are probably they're bought into the cult, man, and then the other half, you don't know which way they're
The
going to
British
go.
military's gone.
It's
But the British
They
military's
just,
gone.
they just
Our military's gone. It's so woke. So woke.
right.
go ahead, Thrash.
Oh, I was just gonna say it's 100%. They're just trying to take every one of our values, everything that we hold dear, and they want to trash it because it's almost like you have to do certain things to go along with society, and instead of hustling, doing what you got to do, since they can't do it, they gotta yell, scream, and make it to where we'll just change the system to help us instead of just getting out there and handling your business, and people are agreeing with it, and it's just insane. Super insane. I don't get it. Like, we really live in a clown world. I mean, I thought that was a joke at first, but that's how we live. It makes no sense.
DDM, thanks for joining us, man.
So, man,
Oh, hey, what's up,
DDM?
DDM?
I mean,
Go ahead, Gobster.
hey, Tuna, did you hear about? Sorry, did you hear
Oh,
Tuna,
sorry,
about the recent survey in the UK found that 77% of people in the UK are scared to speak out.
Yeah,
Insane.
I believe that.
77% of
So,
UK
particularly
people
now
are
for
scared to
Scotland,
speak out.
Scotland's a day away
So-
from being put in prison for being in your own house and saying something. Yeah, it
Oh,
doesn't
gotcha.
surprise me at all.
Speaking.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's amazing.
Oh, God,
and
this
very
guy.
Yeah, no, it's really frightening to think that 70% of the populace of anywhere would be scared to speak out, because if that 70 all flip the switch at the same time, they could flip it all back. And you know what I'm saying? It's just a matter of lighting that match, so to speak. So last week we had a little thing we talked about. Was it last week or the week before? I think it was last week. And we talked about what they did to you guys' flag.
Yeah, last week.
So I saw this, and as a little addendum,
Yeah.
I wanted to show anybody that hadn't seen this. So let's see, how long is it? 170.
Yeah, I haven't seen this.
Hi, Benji here, and this is why the Union Jack
Benji.
flag makes me feel uncomfortable as a black Brit. Because of the coronation of King Charles this week, the UK flag is everywhere at the moment. And I am a proud Brit,
Is everywhere.
You can't.
despite
you
this
can't
nation's
be-
history and many.
Hold that for 2 seconds. You can't be. It's a contradiction. You can't say that you're a proud Brit when you're about to say how scared you are of a fucking flag.
flag.
It's-
Right.
Yeah. Do you really fucking think that most of the English people even like goddamn Charles Windsor? Fuck no. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's just,
Doesn't
but you know,
matter.
if you're a patriotic Briton, it doesn't fucking matter because it's your king. I get it. I mean, as much as I can understand as an American, but like I understand it, and those people don't see that. It's like, hey, I don't know that anybody thinks he's the fucking greatest thing ever, but he's the king. That's who it is, and that's how the shit's been for 1,000 years. And pussies like this just want to fuck it up.
Right.
Problems. But I do find any displays of patriotism that include the Union Jack or the St. George's Cross, the England flag, kind of distressing. And from my experience, this isn't an uncommon feeling amongst marginalized racial and ethnic groups in the UK. A key reason.
Yeah. You know what the solution is then, don't you? If it's too scary here,
get out.
Get the fuck out.
There's
I mean,
the door.
if the boats
There's
work
the door.
to get here,
There's the door. Go away.
Don't let it hit you in the ass on the way to the boat. But that's like, hey, a boat got you here. Maybe another one gets you back home. As we continue.
The reason for this is the extent to which racist and xenophobic far-right individuals and groups use this flag to disguise their bigotry as patriotic pride. If I had £1 for every time someone was racist towards me online who had the Union Jack in their bio, I'd be pretty wealthy.
But that is according to whatever crazy rules this guy uses to define racism.
The flag is also a common symbol of British nationalism, which is often unkind and threatening to racial and ethnic minorities here. It's also a reminder of Britain's dark colonial history. I'm not saying that the flag is inherently racist or xenophobic, or that
dude, you just spent the last fucking minute saying the same thing.
It's even insensitive to fly the flag with sincere feelings of pride. But it's important to recognize that many of us have an uncomfortable, painful relationship with patriotic imagery. And that doesn't make us any less British. Hope that helps. Bye.
Bullshit.
You know what my pain is with my country's patriotic? What I see is that other people are stopping to have patriotism. Motherfuck. Yeah. What do you guys think? Shit.
What's been said already, you know?
What a dumbass. Yeah.
Right,
I mean,
right.
It's just like, you know, all these people are offended. It's like, yeah, because you told them to be.
Right. Yeah. They're just trying to, they're trying to get rid. Go ahead.
Go ahead, Gobster. What did you say? I think there's
it's clicks and likes. This is all he's doing it for. Clicks and likes. Yeah, it's clicks and likes. He's just doing that. Clicks and likes. He's doing that because he thinks he's funny. Look, the simple truth of the matter is, you cannot be a proud Brit if you do not recognise the Union flag. You can't be a proud Englishman if you don't recognise the cross of St. George. Every country has a flag. So what you're saying is you're against because he said I'm against patriotic symbols. Well, that means he's against every single flag ever made for every single country. So why doesn't he just go and float off in a dinghy in the middle of the Pacific Ocean then? Yeah,
they'd be
happy. Right.
Oh, it's your dark colonial past. I'm sorry to be like, to break this to you, mate, but if it wasn't for our dark colonial past, most of you lot would still be living in mud huts. Most of you wouldn't have railways. Most of you wouldn't have buildings. Most of you wouldn't have sewer systems. You wouldn't have an education system. You wouldn't have a law system. You wouldn't even have roads. Don't get me wrong. We did lots of bad things in the past, but so has every single country in the world. No country hasn't got blood on their hands. And as Elon Musk once said, Elon Musk said, we've all been a slave once. Yeah, go on.
All right, look at the Irish slaves. No, they rage. Bring up an Irish slave, and they'll lose it.
Well, what I was going to say is that absolutely, we the British Empire brought certain things to other countries, which then these people then destroyed and fucking set fire to, and now they're clambering back to us because their countries are fucking shitholes.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, ours are going to be so ruined. They're going to go back to a better country that they came from.
I just makes my blood boil. It does. It makes my blood boil because if you don't like it, go.
Right.
It's as simple as that. If you don't like it, go away. Oh God, see, this wouldn't happen if it was my supermarket. I'd twat him. I'd walk over and punch his lights out. I genuinely would. Rip that flag off, shove it up his arse, and smack him one.
Yep. If you're just tuning in,
77%.
Right. If you're just tuning in, you are watching the Culture Council, and we're talking about a little bit of everything right now. I'm about to show you some people protesting in a store, and then later we got a little bit of video games, a little bit of BBC, Doctor Who type news stuff too. But I appreciate everybody watching. Wow, I appreciate the numbers. I wish everybody would be sure and like, subscribe, share, and if you'll hit the link in the chat for the people on X, if you'll find a link in the chat over here to YouTube. Come over and subscribe. I've already gotten some new subscribers. Really appreciate it, and make sure to hit the links in the description over here on YouTube, and you'll get all of our guests and Culture Council members, all of us. We really appreciate you guys. Damn, y'all been supporting us heavy every week, and I really appreciate it. It makes this fun.
Oh yeah, thank you very much, guys.
We have to talk about horrible things. So on that, here's something that bothers me. Okay, this just all right. Just let me show it. I just don't. It doesn't. I mean, it makes sense like somewhat, but then when you think about it, it's so stupid. But watch this.
This is a customer announcement. This evening, BDS Belfast is in Sainsbury's Kennedy Centre in Belfast. The reason we're here this evening is to make people aware that there's really products that are being sold in this store.
I forgot this was in Ireland.
Products go towards the genocide in Palestine. They go towards the forced starvation of men, women, and children who are dying at this moment. That's why we're making this protest. We appeal to people.
Jesus Christ, look there. Okay, so you got him. He's got a megaphone inside of a store. You got dipshit here.
You've got the flag nonces. The flag nonces are out in force behind them.
Yeah, there's noncery afoot, man. And then you got this moron, but like this one, he's got it in the shopping cart. I just think that's really, I find that even more asinine. It's asinine icing on top of asinine cake. Right?
We get a helicopter for these 4 or 5 people. We round them up. Here you go, boys. No, it's okay. Don't get upset, guys, because you know you're really passionate about this. In the fucking helicopter you go. Right, let's get you over to Gaza.
Hey,
out you go, boys.
Yep.
Now
we'll arm you.
Problem solved.
We'll even arm you. We'll give you good equipment. I mean,
no. Gaza can take care of that. The UN can take care of that.
No equipment.
Yeah, that's true. That's
no
true.
equipment for them. But they're scum. Absolute scum. But they're in reality, they've got no idea what they're talking about. They've got no idea what they're talking about. It's just they've got. Go on, carry on. Play the rest of it.
Not to buy in the Israeli genocide. Not to buy into Sainsbury's selling Israeli products in the store. We also appeal to Sainsbury's to remove these products from their store. We'll be doing this evening, and we'll be appealing to them and to keep them off the shelves. Thank you.
Is this a store you guys are familiar with, or is this an Irish thing?
Oh no, yeah, I've seen several other things. I've heard of things. I mean,
there's different variations of the same.
Yeah, just a little story. As I was coming back off my holiday and I was driving up the M5 back up to Midlands, in the pouring rain on the bridge, one of the bridges, there was a guy holding a Palestine flag, free Palestine, on the motorway bridge. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Fortunately for him, at 75 miles an hour. Sorry, 70 miles an hour. I wasn't speeding. Sorry, officer. He didn't hear me shout while I shouted out the window at him. Stupid knobhead. I mean, what is the point in doing that? There's no. The thing is, Israeli products are being sold on the shelves. Let's tear them off. Let's do this. Let's do that. I mean, they're putting pressure on the guy who might be James Bond because half of his family is really. Just get a grip. It's got nothing to do with you. And if you're that passionate, get on a plane, piss off over there, and do something about it.
But they won't.
Right.
You call them bluff and they won't.
Oh yeah.
I mean, if somebody. Sorry, mate.
No, go ahead, man.
No, I was like, where's the store security?
No,
if I was a security officer, I'd be in their face and say, tell you what, guys, here's an idea. Fuck off. Get out of my store.
I exactly agree, you know, where the security is, but knowing retail a little well, the problem is a lot of supermarkets, apart from some of the bigger stores, they don't have security 24/7. It's only in times where there's more of a heat map of things being kind of stolen. And even if you did have a security guard, chances are, what are they going to do? You know, if they do anything, they're going to get arrested for bullshittery.
But that's what they count on. This is the problem.
Yeah.
This is what they count on, is the fact that no one will get involved. You see, now, if I was there, I'd have got involved. If I got arrested, so what? So be it.
Because me my first time.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, they're being allowed to get away with this. It's just like a child. If your child misbehaves, you let them get away with it, they'll do a bit more and a bit more and a bit more until you know, you've got to come down with a hard hammer and say, this is not acceptable. You can't do this. Get gone. But obviously the problem is here in the UK, the people you call are the police who aren't interested. If they could turn up, And to be fair to them, I'm not going to knock the police in the UK. There's not enough of them. There really isn't enough of them. But the simple
Right.
truth of the matter is, they're not going to turn up. And then, and what's creating is this. You remember we were talking last week about vacuums. When you leave a vacuum, it will get to vigilante law sooner or later. This is going to happen, and it's going to kick off really badly, and some people are going to get really hurt.
Yeah.
And then
Yep.
whose fault will it be? You see, this is
Oh,
the
they'll blame it
problem.
on us.
Well,
They
yeah,
can
that's the
blame
thing.
it.
We see the MPs on social media, which is driving me. I'm debating whether actually to break my rule and block them because, Zara Sultana, one of these fucking idiots, day in, day out, talking about anything to do with Gaza, nothing to do with her fucking job,
Yep.
And when you've got the MPs banging on about it, I can understand why people feel that they can't say anything because your MPs are going on about it. You've got businesses going on about it. You've got police kind of ignoring kind of these protests and stuff going on, People would feel very foolish to try and get involved because if your MPs are talking about it, they're making everything okay, and that's the problem. MPs should not be allowed to do this.
That is
Right.
the biggest problem.
Yeah.
The biggest problem we have.
Well, what I was going to say is that's like a perfect example of spreading this woke mind virus. Why has nobody stopped him? That's the perfect example. Get in there, tell him, look, I see that's your problem. I see you don't like it, but I don't care. Has nothing to do with me. Go get you a little park group and go yell at each other about it because nobody else gives a shit. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Get out of here. That's a perfect example. That's how they spread it. And then people will hear it, and people that can't think for themselves, there it goes, man.
Completely agree. Sheila, completely agree. Thank you for joining us, by the way.
Hey, Sheila.
Absolutely.
What's up?
It's absolutely, it's true. I mean, the thing is, I don't know where this is going to end. Well, actually, no, I do know where this is going to end. And when it's going to end, it's somewhere that, to be fair, I hope none of you ever have to go to. Because when it ends up in violence is not going to be good. And I was watching, I don't know if any of you watch Angry Bootneck. Have you ever watched any of
No,
his
never seen
videos?
it.
Yeah, he's an he's an ex-Royal Marine Commando. He's a bit like Paz 49. And he's actually turned around and said, because he was showing the clip of that guy in London who was stabbing that bloke on the train.
Oh, yeah.
And he said, the problem is when people say violence doesn't solve anything, no, violence does solve things. If you've looked through history, it's violence that's forced people to go to the table to sit down and talk to solve the problem. He said, and the thing is, you can't say to this guy, please don't stab me, it hurts. He's not going to listen. Yeah. The only way it's going to stop him is if you hit him back. That's the only solution to the problem. I mean, here in the UK, we're screwed because we're not our police are barely armed. We have very, very limited firearms police, of which a lot have left after one of them got accused of murdering somebody when it was a clean, perfect shot as far as I was concerned.
Right.
So we don't have that. So what we have now is we have police who are adverse to conflict. You see, when it's like when a soldier and the police, their job is to get in between the bad guy and the public.
Right.
Your job is to run towards trouble, not away from it. And the moment we've got at the moment is we've got police who are running away, police who are not getting in the way. As a soldier, if I was on UN duty and it kicked off saying Cyprus, my job was to stand in between the innocent people and the people who are causing the problem. And if that meant I took bricks and petrol bombs and God knows what else, that was my bloody job, and I did it. So this is we're living in a world, especially here in the UK, we're living in a world where everybody's been forced to cower and shrink away. And then if you do speak out, I mean, like myself, I know full well, eventually they're going to shut my YouTube channel down, and eventually the laws that are in Scotland will come to to England, and I'm already waiting for my arrest because it will happen because they are shutting down the people's ability to speak out, and it's wrong.
Oh yeah,
it's wrong.
It's happening here.
But at least in America, you have got a gun. You can defend yourself.
I can reach down and grab mine right now.
Me too.
I don't.
Me too. I need that turn around. Yeah.
Well, all I can do is run upstairs and get my baseball bat, and if I do hit somebody,
man.
but if I do hit somebody with it, I will be arrested with a weapon with intent, even if it's defending my own house.
So insane.
I will be arrested for assaulting a burglar.
There are some US states like that, though, aren't there? To be fair, there are a couple of US states where
yes, but it tends to sometimes get more on the state and local level. I'm sure there's probably a vast disparity between where I live in North Carolina and then 3,000 miles away where Thrash is in Cali. And Cali's got probably a lot more stringent gun laws. I live in a state now where I don't even have to go get a permit for a handgun or anything anymore. I just go straight to where I'm buying it, and they'll just run some stuff right there. I mean, like, they've removed steps. They've made it easier for us in my state to get guns, right? And so, like, I give you two things. If you like, I ordered a 45, like a World War II or a 45, and when I went to have it delivered to me, it showed you, depending on what state you were in, if there were some sort of restrictions, like you can't have this or you can't have that, right? North Carolina basically had none. And then I pulled up places like New York and California, and it was like, so it varies vastly. I don't know what it's like where you are, Thrash, but it just depends on where you are.
Oh man, right here, you ain't going nowhere until you have your concealed carry. They make you do a huge test. You got to wait so long just to get it. It's really a pain. It's a super pain.
Yes, we have open carry here.
Right. Technically, it's my wife's because I'm not allowed to have one anymore. But hey, there's no way in today's day there's no way you can't protect yourself. You can't.
Oh shit! Yeah. If you can get it, you got to get it, man.
Oh yeah. Go ahead, man. Sorry.
No. Go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna say, I just feel so bad for the guys over in the UK. That's just 100% not fair. They should be able to grab and just, you ain't coming in my house. You ain't throwing shit at my house. You ain't gonna yell that crap at me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you got nothing. What are you gonna do? Throw rocks at them? It sucks.
Yeah, but what we could turn around and say is in the UK, guns are banned here. Okay, you can't have a firearm. I mean, if you buy an airsoft rifle, you have to have a license to carry that as well.
No shit.
If you're stopped, if you're stopped going to an airsoft meet, you have to have a pass to show the police, and you have to declare that you're carrying airsoft weapons in the boots of your car. I mean, you can't. But we don't have we have no guns. Rephrase that. We don't have any guns. The bad guys, of course, always have guns. I mean, shootings are quite regular here because, for some reason, they don't understand that if you ban something, that doesn't stop bad guys from getting them. But here, what we have here is the fact that we don't have guns. So all they're doing is running around stabbing each other. We have a massive knife crime issue.
Archer's just dropped a relevant comment. I've just kind of brought up for you.
Let me read
yes,
that.
exactly. That's true, though, isn't it? It's the same in America.
Well,
handguns. Yeah. But what about the bad guys? Oh, they'll abide by the laws.
The ban. That stops everything, doesn't it?
Right.
Please don't shoot me with that banned firearm that you shouldn't have because they're banned and I can't have anymore. So you can shoot me and rob me and I have no option of defending myself.
Yeah.
Well, look at Chicago. Most gun laws you can think of, and it's the worst place. I mean, I used to live out there and we had to leave.
It's fucking Chirac. I mean, Chicago is fucked. And shout out to the people that got to live in that shit. But I mean, the laws favor the criminals over in the same way in New York, LA, places, San Francisco. All the big cities are taken over by a certain side of things, and they fuck up everything they touch. You know, not that the right doesn't; they just fuck it up slower. But I mean, and what Archer said was kind of something I've thought about too. Is like, well, you would think at least the criminals wouldn't have them. I wish that were the case, like what you guys are talking about. But yeah, if they can smuggle people in, they can smuggle guns in with the people too, easily.
Exactly.
And then the thing that pisses me off is like that no cash bail and like people just doing horrible things. Like they had that one kid that actually I don't think he ended up hitting or killing anybody. I want to say it was in Texas. A fella shot up his high school and he ended up getting out on bail like the next fucking day or something. And it's just like, what? I mean, it's incentivizing and encouraging worse shit. So on that exact same topic, I got, we would look at little funny clips like this, and I've got a little culture council throw. I'm a medieval reenactor, and some of these bands are closing in on us regarding swords and the like.
That doesn't surprise me. The minute you said that, Archer.
Go ahead. If Labour, hold on, before we go any further, if Labour get in, that's how they're going to solve knife crime in the United Kingdom. They're going to ban swords. Because we all walk around with broadswords. Yeah,
well,
just bad guys. Yeah, just the criminals, not you guys.
Medieval on their asses.
And that's
but the thing is, as Archer Collins said, we have here, like that you do in the US, we have historical reenactments
Mhm.
Yeah, like you have your Civil War reenactments and stuff.
Yeah,
like
that would be
right.
like them outlawing muskets over here.
Yes,
Them- you know,
exactly.
You can
Right.
hear it coming a mile away, can't you? But we're just doing it for your own protection.
Mhm.
Yeah, but I've never.
Well,
No
hey,
offense, Tune. Have you seen anyone walking down the high street carrying a broadsword? I mean,
No,
come
but
on.
I've seen,
I
I've
think
seen a
we
certain
should see
minority
more.
in London hacking away at people.
Oh yeah, but they're not broadswords, are they? Or that, you know, I mean,
I-
that
It could be some of the size of these bastards.
Oh well, no. Some of these so-called knives. Jesus,
I
you thought
think
Rambo had a big knife?
That's
God,
not a knife.
there's
That's
some
not a
local, there's some local like ordinances and things here. It can get really into the minutia on the local level. Like your local sheriff's department tends to have a fair amount to do with how we get guns, things like that, and town ordinances. But for the most part, you can walk around with a fucking sword, as far as I know, pretty much anywhere, except in probably certain cities. They'll have an ordinance about blades, but a lot of times there'll be some sort of workaround for reenacting or some shit written in the law, I believe. So, I mean, you know, I think people need to go back to carrying a fucking sword. I think it'd be cool as shit. I'd go around carrying one of them shorter ones, like a goddamn gladius or a shorter Roman sword, some shit. But I mean, like, or a fucking samurai sword. But I think, you know, it's like, think about it, like back in the day, that's something they wouldn't have allowed peasants to have a sword in, like, say, medieval or, you know, feudal. That was the word I was thinking of, like feudal times. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure they wouldn't have let peasants have swords and shit then either. And I mean, that really means they're trying to fuck with you because they know the criminals got that shit, and they know that they're gonna have it no matter what the laws are. I just the thing is, what's going through their mind, Gobster? I'll ask you that. Do you think, are they conscious of this evil that they're perpetrating, or are they fully believing that they're doing something good? What do you think? Or is it a mix of the two?
no, they know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. I mean, here in London, there's going to be a Lord Mayor election where Sadiq Khan's he's going to win because he's made sure that he's filled his city full of people who will vote for him.
Yeah.
Okay. We've had the Conservatives who have destroyed the British military to such a level that we are now completely useless. Here in the UK, when I was in the armed forces, you couldn't have a beard. Okay, you were not allowed to have a beard. You had to have, the only thing you could grow was a mustache because when you put your respirator on, if you had a beard, it would break the seal and it would be pointless. Guess what they're bringing back now? That's right, ladies and gentlemen, you can have a beard. Why is that? Oh, no, but we know why. Because there's certain religions that insist that they grow facial hair. So now they've actually gone with the patronizing line of, we've listened to you. Beards are back. Like, it's a good thing. We know why.
Hey,
no offense.
Oh yeah.
They're gonna kill some people. That shit, man.
Yeah, but no offense. No, I'm not going to, you know, to be fair, if I was in combat and I had 4 guys with beards who I knew what they got beards for, they would always be in front of me. They'd never be behind me because I couldn't trust them.
Right.
You know, we have an advert to the British Army where they're out on patrol, a combat patrol, and they stop.
I've seen it.
So the one Muslim can do his prayer in the middle of a patrol. Bollocks.
Yeah, we
Absolute
talked
bollocks.
about that. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
absolutely.
come on. In a combat situation, oh, it's okay, guys. Sorry,
feeling-
stop. Oh, Mohammed's got to smack out a prayer before we can do any more
our
combat.
armed forces, or at least the army anyway, with people that won't defend, you know, the British ideals.
They'll gladly drag your ass out of
you
your
may as well
house.
just not recruit these people. You know, you're just wasting money because when it comes to it, let's be honest, any kind of major kind of infraction is going to be against one of these lovely kind of bomb wielding countries. They're not gonna fucking shoot kind of their own, are they?
No. No, I mean, even those, I mean, it's like now, you here in the UK, back when I joined, I went into a recruitment office. We had them all over the towns, and you went in there and there'd be 2 or 3 serving soldiers. They'd all be sat there, and you go in and say, I want to join the army, and they'd sit there and lie through their teeth and tell you how wonderful it was going to be.
Did they come to y'all schools?
Yeah. Huh?
Did they recruit in your you call it secondary school, but like in our high schools, they came to my high school like and tried to recruit people.
Oh
like
yeah,
their
you
junior and
would
senior
get
year.
what? Yeah, you
Yeah,
get them
I
pay a
remember
visit.
that.
But I mean, I left school, walked straight into. I literally left school, walked straight into a recruitment office, and at 16 and 3/4. Well, I was 16 actually, and I said I want to join, you know, the army. I want to join the military. I had to do nearly a year in like what they call cadets, obviously, because I wasn't old enough to join. But when you go in there, it used to be serving soldiers who would, if you asked them a question, would tell you exactly what you're going to go up against. They'd explain things to you, and then you joined. Now we have a company, I think it's called Capita, which is a private company who have people asking you questions who have no idea what a soldier does, have no idea what an air pilot, Air Force guy does, no idea what a Navy guy does. And then when you fill in the form, once you're accepted, they can make you wait up to a year to actually get into your training regiment. How's that work? I mean, if we're that desperate for troops, you should be. I mean, when I went in, I was in, and it was 7 weeks. From the minute I said I wanted to join, I was actually in 7 weeks to do, And so I don't understand it. I just don't get what they've done is, I know why they've done it. They've done it to destroy the military. We have no military now. We have no military.
They have to replace it with something they can turn on you, which is exactly what they're doing.
Exactly.
Right.
Or, I mean, they're going to keep dropping. I mean, they've dropped the things. Like in the police, your fitness requirement is no longer required. So now what we got is little short, fat ass arseholes who are pretending to be coppers who literally can't catch anyone.
No.
Right.
I mean, even me, and I'm overweight, but I mean, I can outrun most coppers now. It's like, that's if they turn up, and then they're going to drop it in the military. They're going to drop the requirement, and they'll get, because they're that desperate, they'll drop it and drop it and drop it and drop it. And the problem is then you're going to get people who don't want to defend our country and are infiltrating into the military, and you're going to get people who are just not physically capable of doing the job. Being a soldier is a bloody hard physical drag. I mean, past 49 will tell you, after a bit, your knees are screwed, your back's screwed.
It's like being a professional athlete, I would say, if not more,
more
than that. I mean, obviously more than that. I know it's more important. I'm just saying it's
but my back and my knees are shot to crap. Yeah, because you're having to carry 40, 50 pounds of kit over rough terrain all the time.
Right.
Yeah. It's not a job for the physically weak. It's also not the job for people who haven't got the mental capacity to deal with what they're getting. Yeah. What you need is, I mean, I don't know where you've seen it here. There's a UK, there's a big sheet which actually lists all the things, how people are, like if they like slight right wing and this, that, and the other. So basically they can weed out right wingers and get rid of them out of the army. That is the sheet that should be the requirements to be a soldier.
Right.
Because you have to be mental. You have to be aggressive. You have to be strong. You have to be, no offense, in a firefight, you don't want somebody who's going to be sitting there moaning about their pronouns.
Right.
Or he's been a bit harsh to me. You want somebody who you're going to go, those are the bad guys, go kill them. And that's what you do, without hesitation. But if you drop the recruitment level down, you're going to get a bunch of people who are going to panic and freeze in combat. And then they're going to die. And they're going to die in their hundreds. And here in the UK, we are being replaced from the inside out. And it's being done on purpose. Our governments, irrespective of whether they're Labour or whether they're Conservative, because there's the only two parties like Democrat and Republican, their sole purpose at the moment in the US, Democrats, Biden's allowing your borders to be flooded because he's importing his voters, Democrat voters. Here in the UK, they're flooding us with immigrants because they'll always vote for Labour. They always have done, always will do. They are destroying our countries. All the West. The West is being destroyed from the inside out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, they're doing the same shit here.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you. Because,
go on, mate. Go for it, mate.
I was just going to say, I'll tell you, because, I mean, back in the day, I used to be a troublemaker. So I just call it grown-up camp. You know what I mean? And I remember, So when they put you in this thing called R&R, which is receive and release, and they literally just cram you in these little cages. You know what I mean? And the first time I did it, I was like, "What is this?" And the dude next to me, who's done a lot of terms, he was like, "Check this out, dude. Wait, nothing but cattle. That's all we are. All we are is cattle on the inside and on the outside. And if we start disagreeing with what they're doing, all they're going to do is put in something so that they can just make it easier to push us out and do what they got to do. That's all we are to these people. We ain't nothing else. They don't care if they kill our freaking kids. They don't care any of it.
Yeah.
No.
All we are is we're just livestock. That's it. And if we can't provide them with something, then we got to go. That's exactly how that's exactly how
We're
they
the
are.
carbon they want to reduce. Yeah.
We are
Right.
the carbon they want to reduce.
So,
yeah,
go ahead, guys.
Sorry. Yeah, so it was like in '91 when we went to the Gulf and we had the briefing before we went and engaged in the land campaign. And our commanding officer come out and said, showed us what we're going to do on the old thing. And he turned around and he said, "Gentlemen, I expect not to be able to speak to half of you tomorrow." Talk about sobering. Yeah.
No shit, boy.
Yeah, but you know what? We all knew that. Still got in our vehicles.
Yeah.
We still did the shit.
Right.
So that's what you need in the military.
And now we've raised a generation of kids that can't fathom working a fucking 8-hour shift. So how are we going to get
It's
them?
not just, they are confused. They're doing it on purpose. In education, they tell them they're the greatest thing ever. You always get participation trophies. It doesn't matter if you lose.
Mm-hmm.
You can be whatever you want to be. You can be called whatever pronoun you want to be with. Oh, let's question your sexuality. Let's confuse the living crap out of you before you even leave
can
school.
identify as a 275-pound woman.
Yeah, like our boy.
Yes, exactly right. And that brings us back to that video, and that shows the hypocrisy of it all. It just the massive hypocrisy of everything that's going on. They were the people who probably those people probably wear Palestine flags and go for a walk every Saturday. Yeah,
no shit.
Don't like it when it's thrown back at them. And this is the world that we live in.
Yeah,
it's unbelievable.
Oh yeah. Oh, they want us weak. That's all that's about. They want us weak. They don't want you to fight back. So you throw them in a dress. We can push you in a dress any way we want. But that guy sitting on his porch, freaking smoking a J with a freaking hammerless 357 next to him. Watch out. You know what I mean? We can't mess with that dude.
Amen.
So,
Amen.
Yeah.
Right.
We want as less of those as we can get, and that's what they're trying to do right now.
So
and I tell, I'm gonna have to get. I'll go ahead, man. Sorry, Ben.
Oh no, go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say that's you. They'll never get rid of me. You know what I mean? They're gonna have to do what they got to do because I ain't that dude. You know what I mean?
Right, exactly.
Amen.
I know what you mean. Man.
Amen to that.
So, shout out to everybody watching, man. We got people watching.
Yeah, thank you very much. 40 people.
Thank you.
Tuna in my ex says over here 35 people, I think. So we're closing in on 40. Appreciate everybody watching. If you're watching on X or somewhere, come over here and subscribe. It's at Culture Papa on YouTube. And if you're on X, there's a link inside the descriptions. Come over, subscribe, and hit the other YouTube channel links in the description. Appreciate everybody watching. We're getting ready to get into two different things. I've got a 13-second funny video that's kind of tied in. And then after that, we're going to look at some boobs. Everybody boobs. Yeah. It is. The Culture Council gives you what you want. You said you wanted titties. Tuna found us some. We got them.
All right.
Excellent.
Ladies and gentlemen.
First, being a bunch of male pigs, the other thing we like, the other effing we like probably the most is fighting. And this shit cracked me up when I saw it, man. This is like you see sometimes like these people in these convenience stores, and I assume they look much similar, in the West, probably look similar over there too. And they'll be and these people are getting more emboldened to fuck with people like what we're talking about, and they're especially fucking with these store owners. But most of the time. And I know I don't mean to be prejudiced or cliche, but a lot of times foreign people end up owning these stores, right? And they don't fuck around. So we're going to get to see an example of that. It's pretty funny. Let's see if I can bring it up well. Bear with me 1 second. All right, here we go.
Get out of here, boy. Don't touch me. Go.
Oh yeah, we gotta watch it one more time.
That sounds amazing.
Sounds so good. Here it comes.
Yeah.
That's the sound of justice right there, boys.
And man, anybody that's ever been clocked real good in the head, once you get hit real good in your head, you're fucked, man. You just kind of get stupid.
I've actually had that happen to me. I got a big scar and 7 staples to prove it, man. I do.
Oh, you
guess what?
Broke one over your head. Shit.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I was getting jumped. Guess what? Because I'm in South Central LA and I'm a white guy. But you can't be racist to white people. You know what I mean?
No,
oh yeah. I had to fight 3 dudes off. And as soon as I turned to run, boom, took them one crack.
That is crazy, man. But
Oh, yeah.
some people won't put up with that shit. That was funny as hell. But that's what
Yeah, I was
that's
expecting
what made me laugh was that tink.
Yeah,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Now I got something better. All right. So Tina sent me this.
Well,
I just thought
it's better, isn't it? But the story behind it is
No.
just
Oh, I know.
bad.
we don't really hear anything.
Please make that
This-
bigger.
Copyright,
bigger on the screen.
Jesus.
Yeah,
Come on,
something's getting-
bigger on the screen. That's
There
better.
you go.
Oh yeah.
You wanted boobs? We fucking give them to you. Oh my God, she's beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Oh shit! If my wife's watching this, I love you, baby. I hope you guys are enjoying the concert and everything this evening. Love you.
Yeah, yeah.
You're
We
my
all love our
Sydney
wives,
Sweeney.
but there's nothing wrong with this.
Yeah, actually, my wife's cool. She's not like that. Thank God. But
Oh, same.
so
Mine's actually hanging out right here.
hey, shout
Nope.
out to Mrs. Potato,
yeah.
Mr. Trash and Mrs. Potato.
Yes.
Shout out. We like your hubby. All right, so
No,
we
don't
got,
stop. Just keep it on loop. Just keep it on loop. It's fine.
I can,
Oh, you've stopped it now.
It's okay. I'll still leave it up a little bit.
We've got to get to
Oh,
the story.
shit,
We've
no.
got to get to
No,
the
you put
story.
the dude with the megaphone
What are
back
you
on now.
doing?
You ruined it.
Sorry, I got away from the boobs, guys. I didn't mean to.
There we go.
The Irish protesters. So it says this is what this guy posted. This Dom Lucra. It said developing.
It's a good account.
Some-
You should follow it if you don't. There's some really good stuff on there.
Yeah, he's
Yeah,
got a
he's
good.
good.
He's got a good
He's good.
page.
Yeah, yeah, it's great.
Some fans of the GLAAD, gay and lesbian. I can't remember what
Yeah,
it
some
says.
random,
Something
random shit.
alliance, some bullshit. But it's Gay and Lesbian Alliance, something media awards, and they have an awards for just for people who. This awards is for guys that like sucking dick. You know what I'm saying? These awards are for women that like scissoring, and there's nothing wrong with that. But if you stop and think about it, how fucked up is that? Why should we have awards just for gay shit or
Well,
for
the
just
awards,
for
I
straight
think,
shit?
more specifically, be the awards are for flat-chested fat fucks.
Mhm.
Yeah.
With a 5 o'clock shadow.
No way of ever looking like this, and they're just jealous as fuck.
That's all it is. Jealousy. They will never look like this, dude. Especially if you're a dude, you got something swinging. It's not happening, dude.
All right, I got to find out if they're real or not. Let's see. Let's see. R. Sydney. I can never spell her name right. Sweeney's boobs.
Hey,
real.
the Y's are up here.
Yeah.
Or Sydney Sweeney's or Sydney Sweeney.
They look real.
Yeah, I
They
think
look
they are. I
real.
think they're just pushed
They
up
do
in
look
that
real.
outfit.
Mm.
Oh, I heard they were
They
real.
look
I heard-
real
I heard they were
good.
real.
At least
They
now we
look-
know
they look
Joe's
real.
next assignment.
Yeah. Joe was at the Joe was covering at the GLAAD Awards.
Yeah, that was his job.
Shout out to Joe Benoli at Joe Benoli on YouTube.
Hell yeah, brother. Hope you're enjoying your
we miss
weekend,
you,
man.
man. In IRL, he's got something going on. He had an emergency, so we're thinking about you, buddy. But
Yeah.
we hope that the GLAAD Awards are going fine, and that you didn't get picked up like when we did that smuggling you in through Mexico's border for that other story. So,
Mm.
Sydney, it says that they're real, but here's what it says in this though. The funny part of the actual article, if I can get to it. Oh, some fans of the GLAAD Media Awards are complaining and claiming that Sydney Sweeney should start covering up after her recent red carpet appearance.
Why?
No, she shouldn't.
Why?
But it's not like people who are asking because, like, for like, you know, like a Christian or somebody who's or Muslim or somebody who's like religiously offended by it. It's people that are just jealous and trying to push a different.
This is the
way of
return
thought.
of the movie star. You know,
Right.
quintessential
Agreed.
female movie star.
Mhm.
Oh yeah.
What have we seen her in? Somebody please enlighten me.
Oh, she
Was
was
she-
in Madam Web.
She's
Is
in
he
Madam
Yeah,
Web.
man.
She was in Madam Web.
What
right?
have we
And
not
everybody-
seen her in?
You ready, ready? She was in Madam Web, and she was supposed to be in a tight suit like Spider-Man, and it never happened. And that was the only reason I tuned in to watch the film. I won't lie.
Right.
So for that film, hoping, praying to Lord
The only
Jesus.
money
I was
Madam
gonna
Web
see her in a
made
tight
was
suit
people
and it never
banking on that footage.
Yeah, I was banking on it, and it never happened. I was really
Hmm.
upset. I was, yeah, something on that footage. Yeah,
In Canada, they charge
honestly
you.
banking.
They ugly
Yeah,
her
I
up
agree
in
with
Madam
Rowan,
Web.
They did?
Yeah.
I won't lie, they did. You know,
Did
when
they
you look at her
really?
like that, and you look at her in Madam Web, she was
Let
absolute.
me
She's
look her
still
up
in
in
there,
Madam
but
Web.
she
Let's
wasn't
do
in Madam Web. Mind you, then again, by the time I got halfway through the film, I was thinking about slitting my wrists, to be fair. So anything would have been better than nothing. I mean, it was such a crap film. It really was bad.
It just makes you think, doesn't it? Kind of, you know, your Marilyn Monroes, your Audrey Hepburns, you know, actual female,
Stars.
you know, movie
Yeah.
stars, not
Right.
the you know, the assholes that we have kind of nowadays, you know. And
Yeah, we
this
don't
is
have
just
any.
kind of the little green monster. It's all it fucking is.
Right.
I see.
Yeah,
Let's
but
see.
Zendaya is in it, but Zendaya's got no tits. I'll put it out there. She's as flat as a witch's. Really is. Just
I
unbelievable.
don't. Yeah, Zendaya seems to be pushing everything, and I'll be honest, mid.
She's mid as fuck.
Yeah,
as
but
the kids
you know
say,
why?
mid.
We all know why Zendaya's been pushed into things. Because it's see, that's the suit she was supposed.
Oh my god! Look at
Look
it.
at that. You know what I mean? That's what I was waiting
Now-
for.
Now
That's
on
what
the
I
left,
was banking on.
the one on the left is what the comics look like. The one on the right is what it actually looked like in the movie. I guess somebody here just did that up. But
It's because
yeah,
of the
I mean-
Spider-Man problem, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
they completely bollocksed up the Spider-Man involvement, so they had to lop most of this shit out.
Yeah, they did. That was
they
the problem.
fucked it. They fucked it up royally, and I don't know. Like, I mean, didn't she? She was on Saturday Night Live, wasn't she? And she even made a joke about not being seen in it or nobody seeing it or some shit. But
I think everybody who did any press junket for that
The
film,
actress was it
Saturday.
Dakota
Johnson.
Johnson?
Dakota
She
Johnson,
sacked her
yeah.
agent. She sacked her agent, and she said, "Under no circumstances will I be in this shit ever fucking again." But I
No.
think Sydney made a little bit of a more gracious kind of comment on SNL.
well, I mean, that's probably the better way to go about it because
Yes, I
but,
was
you know,
banking.
Grace. Grace and beauty, which is something that we're lacking in most kind of forms of media, gaming, movies.
I agree.
You
Oh,
know,
I agree.
Yeah, they're destroying gaming. You see that? Oh
oh
man.
boy, are they?
Well,
Yeah.
due to certain members of the BBC, we're all supposed to be purged now. I'm waiting for me purging.
oh god,
Yeah.
Oh Jesus.
All those people who think that way should be purged. Oh, right. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Fair enough.
That's not a completely threatening, sinister word to use, is it? You know,
Right.
Not purging. So I'm waiting to be arrested in Scotland and purged by the BBC for my gaming.
urged by Jules Hardy.
hey,
yeah.
they ain't gonna be nobody at the BBC if they don't quit fucking up.
Well, we've got a
fucking
story.
around,
Right.
We have got a story
Yeah.
about the BBC, haven't we?
Later,
So
we're gonna
hopefully
cover
we
that.
get to that.
Yeah,
So
they're,
awesome.
we're looking at a story later about their financial woes and some stuff like that. That
Oh,
Tuna
that'll
may
make
be
you
aware
happy,
of.
Gobster. That'll make you
Oh,
really
I'm
happy.
sure it will.
Well, and RTD
Anything
was
like that makes
talking
me
about
happy.
them like, you know, they were already dead basically. What's up, PD Rich? All right, let's see. Now this, moving on to something else. This is similar because Thrash said something about what they've done to video games, and I was sent this. And wait, I wanted you guys to see what they actually said about it first. Hang on. This is the Joker Rocksteady ordered from AliExpress. So I'm assuming this is what he looks like in that
was
game.
about
I
to
never
say-
played it.
Yeah, so
Wait,
this
wait.
is not the although the Suicide game is in the Arkhamverse, this is not the Arkhamverse Joker because obviously the original Arkhamverse Joker is fucking dead. This
Right.
is the more sensitive
truly.
Joker that they made
Oh.
sure Sweet Baby Inc. kind of wrote up for them.
No.
Mm. All
They
right.
should have just called this the Crystal Skull because I don't even accept this. You mean?
Kingdom of the deceased.
I agree, Woodrow. They made a worse Joker.
All right, let's see
Right.
what
And that was
happens.
hard doing. That was hard going to beat
Alright.
Jared Leto's Joker.
No shit.
We go. They're all dead. What a tragedy. What a heartbreaker. The sprays of blood, the smell of singed hair, the viscera. Oh, the viscera.
Hey,
Now
wasn't like,
faggotry.
yeah,
What
wasn't
the hell?
wasn't
That is not Joker.
wasn't the,
That's
shark,
not the
the
Joker.
shark supposed to be gay too? Wasn't King Shark supposed to be gay or something?
They're
funny
all
like
fucking
that?
gay. It's an
Yeah,
SBI
they're all-
name. They're all
Yeah,
fucking
they're-
gay.
Who
They
is
all want to slap their balls on the backside of the other one's balls.
we got
they're
the
all
The
last
only reason
four
they made
straight
Batman
people.
gay is because they fucking killed him. Spoilers, sorry.
Mm.
I'd
Right.
definitely do it differently this time around. Cleaner.
Well, congratulations, Task Force X. It took
Oh
you
God,
Holy shit.
Oh,
Oh, they use her for everything. She was in
everything.
if you like those Jedi games, fine. I wanted to like them so bad because I wanted to use Force powers, but I think I'm more like those Force Unleashed.
I was just gonna say, play Force Unleashed.
Right,
There you go.
Fuck shit up. But like, she's in everything now, and Amanda Waller should be fat.
All of 20 seconds to lose control of him.
Hey! Don't misunderstand me here.
It's not the Joker. That's not the Joker.
Now, Tuna, did you play this? You didn't. I only played.
Did I? Shit.
I couldn't remember if you played it or not. I played the alpha. Like I had.
I saw this coming a mile away.
Right.
A mile away.
I had to sign some shit, and I couldn't talk about it like until after the game came out.
Why.
No shit. And so I played like the I guess it was the alpha or like right at pre-beta, and there were elements to it that you might enjoy for a few seconds, and then within 10 or 15 minutes it was old, and I got stuck somewhere. The visuals were off. I couldn't see shit. It left me with a bad experience, and I thought, well, you know, if maybe they'll fix it. But then the closer we got, the more information came out. We knew it was dog shit.
Oh, look how they did his eyes.
I killed my team because I truly cared about them.
That's
And even
not the
though I've
Joker.
only just gotten to know you guys, I care about you that much too.
The hell?
The thing is, the reason why this isn't the Joker is the first thing that an actual variation of the Joker would do, dare I say it, is beat Harley Quinn, into a fucking bloody pulp for killing the one person he wants to keep alive, being the Batman.
Amen.
Oh yeah, she'd already been dead. Yeah, he would have probably done that immediately.
They'd all be dead. They'd all be dead for doing the one thing that he does not want to happen.
Exactly.
There's the thing.
The Woker.
It's the Woker.
The Woker.
Hell yeah.
Awesome, man. It's the Woker. I like that.
Oh, beautiful. That was perfect.
Goddamn musical comes out for Joker 2.
Don't.
Let's
Please
see the rest
don't.
of this real quick.
Colonel Flagg, lock him up.
For the record, I hate this.
Me too.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
is
all
it too
do.
much? Making new friends after a move is always tough. Oh, this is much more accommodating than other cells I've been in. Is that real? You go.
Oh
The
my
voice as
God.
well. I mean,
It's not the Joker.
It's no effort. There's absolutely no effort. Because especially when Fortnite and stuff came out, they're like, all right, we can make it low end, make it quick, push it out, and just get some junk and add to it. That's all they tried to do. That's the new video game, whatever. It's ridiculous, and they'll put no effort in a game anymore. Except for RoboCop. RoboCop was great, I thought. But
that wasn't a AAA studio.
that
Was
was
it?
all
For
right,
us?
that
That
was.
was a smaller independent one, wasn't it? For Rogue City.
yeah,
And
like
that
a
was
double A
awesome.
game.
That RoboCop's awesome.
Fucking
Great
brilliant.
game.
Mhm.
Great game.
I need to
Right.
play it because I love the movies, man. I got where's RoboCop at? I love
RoboCop
those
at?
movies. I can remember my parents in no way, shape, or form should have let me watch that movie that young. I was
Same.
probably like
Yeah,
8
same.
years old, but I remember them buying the tape when it came out on VHS and going home and watching. I fucking love
You
it.
imagine if our parents hadn't let us, if our parents hadn't have done that, what kind of potential pussies we could be.
I wonder,
Right.
because there's a balance, like my parents probably maybe should have been a little more on, but for me it worked out fine because I love the shit. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love me some RoboCop. I need to play that game. I just figured. I said this on Tuna Stream yesterday. I'm so despondent about the gaming industry and stuff right now. I just haven't really given much of my money.
Don't buy anything from big. Don't buy anything from.
I'll
game
wait till
publishers.
Wait till GTA 6 comes out. Wait till GTA 6 comes out. People are going to be upset.
Ain't going to touch that shit. No way.
Nope.
There's
So
no
sad, isn't
telling.
it?
There's no
So sad.
telling what they're going to do to it, man. I mean,
Oh no, we all know. We all know exactly what they're going to do to GTA 6. It's going to be so woke. It's already a female role. The player one's going to be female. It's
Right.
just. Oh, it's
I'm not touching it.
Nah, I still play San Andreas. That was probably the pinnacle of Grand Theft Auto. I love Grand
My
Theft Auto.
thing is Red Dead, man.
Vice
Red
City's
Dead.
good as well. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree.
I still play GTA 4 all day. I want to play a beat up gangster Russian. I don't want to play some chick going through freaking emotional problems.
I like how serious kind of GTA 4 was compared to the other
Oh,
games.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Agreed.
Archer with the comment that we're all thinking.
That's exactly what they're going to do.
Oh yeah.
All know it.
Make it lame and gay.
Make it lame and gay. Yeah.
And diverse.
Super diverse.
Oh yeah.
And of course, all the evil people will be white people.
Yes.
All the police will be white. All the police will
white
be white.
businessmen, no?
They have to be, yeah.
Yeah, they have to be.
The world hates white people now. Man,
we are the spawn of the devil, apparently. Even though apparently though we are actually the messengers of the
thing
Lord.
Is, though, without dare I say it, I mean, without the the horrible white men that back in the day were making games for the C64, the Amstrad, the Spectrum, there would be no fucking gaming industry. You know,
right?
Exactly. Amen.
Fucking insane.
I mean, I go back further than that. I was the ZX80.
Yeah.
Ooh,
I was playing Horace Goes Skiing. There you go. Horace Goes Skiing.
And do you know what? Horace Goes Skiing is better than Suicide Squad Killed the Justice League.
I can believe it.
Probably.
I can believe it.
Dude.
I've just seen it. I can believe it.
Man,
I keep saying, man, I do. If anybody wants to get down on some Load Runner on 64, I'll do a high score freaking comp right now, man. Screw that freaking Justice League. You know what I mean? Oh yeah.
Oh, here we go. This is yeah.
Shout out. We got almost 40 people watching. We really appreciate it.
Thank you, everybody.
The second most viewers we've ever had. We appreciate you. If you're watching on X, hit the link in the chat and come over and subscribe on YouTube, and then hit the links in the description to subscribe to
all the movement. Thank you.
Yes, please. It's actually growing, and we appreciate everybody helping out with that. Oh, you stupid ass page. Why are you doing this? BBC deficit projected to skyrocket to 620 million. Let's see if they put it in pounds. Okay, that's 500. So that's $500 million, guys. Is what it is. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, I just
already starting to get their balls out.
No, I think you should take a second to gloat. Fuck them. I mean, after what they've done to Doctor Who,
it doesn't work that way though. B. It doesn't work that way. What's going to happen now is it's going to be a forced license fee increase.
Exactly.
At the next review.
Well, remember when me and you first met, I asked you how that worked because I told you my wife and I had a conversation when we were talking about did they automatically take it out and you said, you got to put the effort you have to pay it yourself. They're not just going to take it right out when you file your taxes or whatever. I don't know if you guys file taxes.
You have to lovingly give it to the BBC.
Right. But then I know they had talked about actually making it part of your other taxes and somehow taking it out with that. I remember reading that a little while back. So they're thinking about it at least.
Oh, they will do anything to keep the BBC gravy train going. And the thing is, they can't say that, oh, well, we're going to project that we're spending more money than we have when they're building new studios, when they're paying Gary Lineker nearly $2 million a fucking year. They're pissing money out, hemorrhaging money out of every fucking orifice, from mouth hole to asshole. And this is the shit they come back with. And yet they still want to build kind of swanky studios and that. It's time for the BBC to fuck off.
Which sucks because I think that it's something. I mean, I understand, especially I'm not going to have any sort of perspective like you guys as an American, but like to me, I dig. I feel like the BBC had a gold mine and fucked it up. They had, they're already set up nicely because they're basically a goddamn governmental entity that's news and all that, which shouldn't happen anyway. Scott, what did he say? Doctor Who is fucked. Yep, you're right, Davros.
What's interesting is Doctor Who and the BBC are running a very similar timeline. They once used to be great institutions.
Everything's
and
on
now
that.
they're just rotten pieces of shit, waving a pride fucking or alphabet nonce flag around.
Yep, completely agree. That's what everything's turned into. It says the BBC's financial deficit is projected to reach nearly £500 million next year as the corporation delivers what it has described as the transformational budget, unveiling its annual plan this afternoon, which sets priorities for the upcoming year. The BBC forecast a deficit of £492 million, which converts to $620 million in dollars. That's a shit ton of money for the 24-25, a sharp rise of 40%. So that their deficit increased by 40% even after getting the Disney money. And you know what? if you motherfuckers hadn't been trying to push your message and shit, that partnership with Disney might have had a better position for that. You know,
the problem with the. What did you just bring up, Brandon? My mind's gone absolutely fucking blank.
I said like they fucking if BBC had actually put out a good product, they could have actually turned the Disney thing maybe into a positive.
Yeah, there was the Disney money. Sorry.
Right.
So the problem with the Disney money is that it's very similar to Barbie and Warner Brothers. Barbie made a lot of money, but Warner Brothers owes so much money that it's like literally like pissing into the wind. It's nothing, and that's where these fucking morons are now. You know what they need to do is stop hiring diversity coordinators, like someone mentioned in the chat, and then start getting some surgical accountancy going on, because which they won't. You know, it will never happen.
Yeah, it's they're in deep shit, man. I know RTD was talking about him in an interview here recently, Doctor Who thing, where he's talking like they ain't even gonna be there. So that was another thing they were happy about having Disney from streaming, but I don't know. But I think they'll still be there.
But the next day, RTD backtracked on that. He actually backtracked on it and said, "Well,
he probably had a naughty word in his ear, didn't he, from one of the bubble?"
I mean, the thing is,
bitch.
yeah, but the thing is with the BBC is it's like they'll do a program. There's a program on called Tune will know this, called Newsnight, which is their big political thing where they get a load of left wingers on and then they pick one right winger so he can be picked on by everybody. Now that show basically is a studio audience, one presenter, 4 camera, 1 sound man. Do you know how many people work in the back rooms of that show doing whatever?
Probably
for a program that has 1 presenter. Well, no. Ready for this? 1 presenter, 4 cameramen, a soundman, and a couple of people in the production booth. Has 296 people working on the production side. 296 people to produce 1 show.
They got more of their bullshit now than they had making Doctor Who in fucking 75. You know what I mean? That's so
go back to the Sky comment where it's saying that Sky's collapsing as well.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, absolutely. You know, Sky's a piece of shit as well.
Sky's trashed.
The difference is that you don't have to pay for Sky effectively. You know, and okay, you may not have to pay for the license fee, but I think Gobs probably understands where I'm coming from about how difficult that is.
I get you, mate.
A normal family. But you know, Sky could go and nobody would give a shit. But Sky doesn't get next year and go, we need more money. You know, we've spent more money than we've actually earned. We need more money. And that's what these fucks are going to do. You know, we're going to nearly £1 billion fucking pounds, $1 billion. We'll be there in a couple of years' time because they keep spending. They don't want to make or kind of start earning the money that they should do. They just want to be this propaganda machine. And unfortunately, it's time for them to go. But nobody's got the balls to put the axe on it.
I mean, here up in the Midlands, we used to have something called BBC Pebble Mill, which was like a big building, which was the Midlands hub of the BBC. That's gone now. It's got demolished and turned into housing. But we've actually got a show. There's only one real show now that's set in the Midlands, which is it's an afternoon show called Doctors, which is just about that's going because they got to save money, but they won't scrap the shit that they make in London, where here it was giving jobs to Midlands people, Midlands actors, Midlands camera crew, Midlands sound people. It gave all these people a job up here in the Midlands, and that's gone now because they don't. It finishes the end of this year to save money. But I don't get it. Well, I do get it because they want to centralise everything and make it just this horrible thing. The BBC,
protect the bubble.
The BBC needs to go, but the BBC is never going to go because when it all boils down to it, no matter how many people stamp their feet in the Parliament, it all comes down to it. The government needs their propaganda mouthpiece still in place.
And
it's another wonderful way of ripping money out of people. I mean, we pay over 170, was it 160 quid or something like that? I don't know.
Jesus.
Because I don't pay mine.
They own too, man. That's so like if they're dead as you're dead.
BTV, baby.
Yeah, but the thing is, you buy it. You're paying this money for what?
What you're paying the money for, Doctor? What you're paying the money for is for Julia Hardy to run her mouth saying that gamers need to be purged. While also talking utter shit on CBBC because she works with children, because she's got the pride flags and all that kind of shit. So of course she needs to be close to children. You know, that's what you're getting. You're getting these assholes that really are just talking above their station.
Yeah,
Hey, man, there's a lot of up and coming Jimmy Saviles, you know.
I'm just going to Archer Collins' comment about Death in Paradise, which I'll agree is probably the only. There's just 2 shows on the BBC I absolutely love. I love Death in Paradise. That must cost a lot because they actually film it in the Caribbean. They actually film it out there, and it's 6 months of filming. I love that program. And the other one I love is Beyond Paradise, which is a spin-off of it.
I stopped watching that after. Is it Ben Miller?
When Ben Miller left.
Yeah, I couldn't get on
to be
with it
fair,
after,
I mean, I didn't actually start watching it until Chris Marshall was doing it, and I actually like Chris Marshall as an actor. I think he's quite good, and it's Ralph Little who's doing it now. And to be fair, it's not bad. It's not bad. I mean, it's quite interesting because the BBC can't really destroy that show because it's a white copper on a Caribbean island, so everybody else is black, so they can't do the diversity stuff because and that's fair enough because that makes sense. Yeah. You're in the Caribbean, so it's going to be majoritively black people, but they don't complain about that. Funny enough, isn't that strange? But you know,
I might have to watch, or I might have to check it out because I looked it up. That's like something my wife would really like. I'll have to tell her to check
it's good.
it out.
I won't lie.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's good. I enjoy it. I like to sit. Me and the wife. It's one of the few things that me and the wife sit down and watch together.
Yeah,
and we enjoy it. And it's it's harmless detective stuff, which I solve within 10 minutes because it's quite easy.
You know,
it's enjoyable.
You know,
it's enjoyable
TV.
Next. Oh yeah. Oh god, yeah.
We can't have anything that could be potential quality content. You know, it's got to be. We need to pay Lineker another million pounds a year.
For what? For being a big-eared twat.
Yeah.
Basically, who can say what he wants and get away with it. If
Even
I
though
said
it goes against BBC's own fucking charter, yeah.
Yeah, but if I mean, come on, let's be honest. If your iTuner said what he said out loud, we'd be nicked. We would not exist. We'd be gone.
Because we haven't got that money, I'm afraid.
Yeah, it's amazing what you can do when you're rich, isn't it?
They're going to go to like reality shows and shit and cheap stuff, just like
they're going to buy stuff in. Yeah, and I think that was in an article that I kind of offshot from that. They're going to run repeats. They're going to buy bullshit in, but they're still going to plead poor and they're still going to ask more money.
They brought in $5.73 billion last year, 65% of which came from the license fee revenues. The remaining 35%, or 1.99 billion pounds, came from commercial and other activities such as grants, royalties, and rental income. Like I was looking up it said the way they put this on here, the BBC is a state-owned public broadcasting company and operates under a royal charter. The charter is the constitutional basis for the BBC and sets out the BBC's object, mission, and public purposes. So it's, to me, like looking from the outside in, it seems like something that's really been kind of molded with your society. So I don't see them getting rid of it, but they'll just fuck you over and make you pay more money and get themselves in more debt.
The thing is with the BBC, 40 years ago, it was the pinnacle of broadcasting. It genuinely was. It was the world standard of broadcasting. If you wanted to find out what was going on in the world, you tuned into the BBC, and you
used to watch the news.
Yeah, but you used to get genuine, impartial news, proper news reporting. They never plim-plammed anything. They never covered anything up. You got what you saw. But then they realised that that's not such a good idea to give that to the public because we don't really want the public to be informed. So then we have the slow but steady decline to where now for me, my awakening for the BBC being a bunch of liars was 9/11. When 9/11 happened, one of the BBC reporters was reporting that World Trade Center number 7 had collapsed and it was behind her. So you're lying there because it hadn't collapsed, but you were reporting that it had. And that from then on, I realised properly. Well, mind you, to be fair, 1991, when I got back and saw the news reports of what they said we'd done and we hadn't done and what had happened and hadn't happened, kind of got you the idea. Right. But they don't want the truth. The media doesn't want the truth. And the simple truth of the matter is, I mean, a lot of the YouTubers say the true media is us. We're the true media now, because like tuning into this show, you'll get how we feel and how we see it, but we don't say anything other than this is our opinion. We don't tell you this is the truth. This is fact. You must believe it. It's our humble opinion. This is how we see it.
Yeah.
And and that's how generally the mainstream media are pointless. They are absolutely pointless. Here in the UK, we have GB News and Talk TV, which are supposed to be the alternative. They're not. They're paid opposition. They're controlled opposition.
Yeah.
Because they won't allow the truth. And that's why they want to slap down on YouTube, and they want to slap down on anything else, because they don't want people the ability to speak the truth or even give a different viewpoint of what's going on.
And as soon as you do, they shoot the FBI right to your house to wonder what you're doing.
Exactly. Well, see, they want to get God, I don't know how to explain it. Say what you just said again, Gobster. I'm sorry.
No, it's basically they don't want the truth. I mean, it's like
now I remember. Sorry, I've done
videos. I've done videos that for the first 6 hours are doing really, really well, and then it hits the 6th hour and I flatline. Every video it goes up and dies, and I mean not just a gentle drop down; it dies to next to nothing. Every single video I've done since I've started talking about how I see things, I get an initial build up and then it dies.
Yeah.
And you watch, and you can go on Gary's and Nerd Erotics, Geeks and Gamers, the same. As soon as they talk about a certain subject, boom, it dies.
Yeah.
Like this live stream will do absolutely great until it goes out live, and then you watch. If you watch carefully, you'll get a nice build up, and then all of a sudden it'll drop like a stone. And it's because as soon as they realize what you're talking about, you're not required.
I've seen it happen to videos. Like, God damn, we'll get a lot of people to see that they'll restream that, or you know what I mean, watch the replay. But the difference between like BBC and America is over here in America they lie and say that it's not state-controlled media. They admit it where you are,
we all know
and YouTube fucked them all up because it got people able to get their voice and their opinions out and stuff. But over here, I mean, it seems like the media is bought and paid for over here too. It's just not. It's not an official arm of the government, but by God, they've certainly got them singing whatever tunes they want. I mean, the Coof proved that. So check this out. BBC. This is the BBC salary list from 2023. The 10 best paid presenters revealed and who the highest earner is. So this is where their money's going. You guys probably know who some of these dudes are. BBC has revealed its 10 highest earning presenters. Oh, and shout out the Timescales, man, and everybody else watching. We've got like 40 people watching. Really appreciate it.
Yeah.
If you're on X, if you're on X, hit the link in the comments. If you're watching this on X, and pop over here to YouTube, like, subscribe, and share, and catch all the links in the description. The BBC has revealed its 10 highest earning presenters with Gary. How would y'all say that? Lineker?
Gary Lineker. Or twat face for sure.
Lineker, okay.
Yeah, twat face.
Well, I'm Southern. I lie. Everything's but Lineker. All right. So Gary Lineker, once again, the only star to be on a 7. So he's their only 7-figure guy. The match of the day host, I'm assuming this is about football, who is on 1.35 to 1.35 for me, is joined by co-star Alan Shearer, who is third on the list. BBC Radio 2 breakfast show host Zoe Ball is the second highest earner. She earns £980,000.
Pretty much £1 million.
Yeah, that's all. Her former Radio 2 colleague Kim Bruce remains in the top 10, despite now having left the corporation to join Greatest Hits Radio. So there's the actual. Let's see. Come over here where I.
Oh wait, I was just going to ask. Oh, sorry, Gobs. I was just going to ask. That's what you call in England. That's how you pay your bill, right? It's like a cable license fee or something like that.
Yep, kind of. Yeah.
Oh, okay. That kind of tripped me out because I seen that video where the guy comes to his house and he's like, "You didn't pay your license." And he was
yeah, they're absolutely brilliant.
Well, I'm going to give you a breakdown. Like Gary Lineker does match of the day and one show. Right, Zoe Ball does a 2.5 hour breakfast radio show, and that's it. Alan Shearer does match of the day, but he's an ex-footballer who's worth £3.5 million before he started doing this. Hugh Edwards is currently hiding in a mental institution because he was a kiddie. Because he was a kiddie fiddler. As Peter as that. Stephen Nolan, I don't know. Fiona Bruce did a bit of the news. Most of these people do literally 2 or 3 hours of work a week, and they get paid. You know, I mean, Ken Bruce. I don't think Ken Bruce. I think he does about an hour and a half, and he gets paid that much money. Yeah, but so I mean, Gary Lineker literally is on the telly for about 2 hours a week, if that, and he gets paid 1.35 million. And don't forget that doesn't include any sponsorship deals he's got. So he could be earning double that. And also Gary Lineker earned a shitload of money when he played football. So, you know, I mean, Sophie Rayworth, I mean, she's on the news once every now and again. £365,000 to be on the telly for an hour. And you tell me how that's fair. It's just outrageous. Absolutely.
And that wouldn't be a problem if we were talking about Sky. If this is the top 10 Sky satellite,
exactly.
This is taxpayer dollars
because it's a private company, yeah. But this is effectively kind of being blackmailed through the UK public.
Right.
They can't win for losing, man. Did y'all see this? They'll stop. They were using AI. I don't know how many things they actually put out, but this corporation can't win for losing, man. Neither can the British people who have to fund the sumbitch. But it says BBC will stop using AI for Doctor Who promotion after receiving complaints. So these lazy bastards,
Jesus.
But they can pay some dumb fuck presenter who's in a mental institution or kiddie diddler bullshit, but they can't pay somebody to draw up some fucking art or something for one of their number one shows.
Yeah, you know what the best thing is? They used AI and no one fucking noticed. No one noticed. No one even cared. They've got this AI, and it was probably, actually, to be fair, it was probably a little bit better than the actual people who write Doctor Who.
There was a quality improvement.
But no one noticed.
Probably with who they got now.
Literally, no one noticed. No one give a monkeys. No one's interested.
Wow, this is freaking unbelievable, man.
Oh, they're supposed to be dropping a new trailer for Doctor Who tomorrow too.
Yeah. They need a new one. They need a new one because the first one got ratioed that bad.
Oh, don't worry. The second one's going to get ratioed just as hard.
Oh, but get ready because they're going to give us the 8 episode names like we care, like we give a shit. No one cares.
It's not like it used to be. It would be cool to speculate based on the titles. Now we'll be speculating and talking like mad shit about them based on the title. Yeah. Like, what's this going to be? A fucking pride parade or some shit? You know what I mean?
All right.
I mean, we know one of the episodes is actually going to be a musical.
Mm-hmm.
That's how shit it's got. We're doing a musical episode. Huh?
Like the Joker too.
Yeah. It's going to be the 60s one with Jinx Monsoon in, and it's going to be a musical. Just like Strange New Worlds did that musical, and that was fucking shit as well. Yeah? If you're doing musicals, no offense, we stopped being able to do musicals in the late 50s. We don't do musicals very good. I mean,
they died. The only exception that
would probably be Grease would probably be the last decent kind of musical.
I would
maybe Sweeney Todd or Les Miserables.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
To be fair, I will give you that. That the one that Buffy did was brilliant. But the thing is, the one with Buffy, it kind of made sense in the story. Yeah, it made, because it's a spirit, isn't it? It's ghosts. It makes sense. That makes sense. Star Trek didn't make sense. Doctor Who won't make sense. Buffy did make sense, and that's why it was good. You know, and that's it. But musical, P.D. Richards' Xena Warrior Princess also did a musical one. Yeah, and that was okay. That wasn't too bad either, to be fair, to be honest. I mean, if it's done well, but the thing is...
Go ahead.
Oh, no, the thing is, this one's going to be with our drag queen in it.
Yeah, who's just got that feminization. Yeah, that's what you're going to say, wasn't it?
G-Virus. That's what I'm trying to call it now, by the way, because I think it's very fitting.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. That's what they're all into. They're all into that stuff. You got to think about it. It's ABC crew running this stuff now, and they love that stuff. They love to perform. They love to. That's what it's all about. Is that attention? They just want that attention. They want people to look at them. And
we just talked about. I'd love to know what Jinx or whatever the fuck they're called is being paid.
Oh God, there's no telling. I would like to know myself. Maybe that shit gets published publicly if it comes out of the BBC.
Yeah, but will it? If Disney is
that's right. Yeah, it could come from Bad Wolf.
You're not going to get any financial stuff because all that's going to be hidden by Disney. It's all going to be hidden by Disney. You're not going to get any of that.
How convenient.
Once the mouse got involved, you can forget exposure about financials and how much it's done. It's all going to be hidden. All going to be hidden.
There's there's two other examples of a musical, one good, one bad. There's this old cartoon that me and my son, who's 16 now, we used to love watching together. And I'm pretty sure I watched it with my oldest, who's almost 22, but it's called Batman the Brave and the Bold. It's kind of more like a cheesy throwback to like the 50s and 60s of the comics, which I'm a big fan of. And they had a musical episode. And funny enough, it was Neil Patrick Harris, who was this character called the Music Meister, and it caused everybody who was around to sing. And that was pretty good. It made sense.
Yeah, but that makes sense.
The bad
that
one
makes sense, doesn't it?
I mean, exactly. In Star Trek, Strange New Worlds, they did a terrible one, and they had a decent enough story reason, but it was just like, this is no fucking place here.
Can we have like a minute silence for what Paramount have done to Star Trek?
Jesus.
Climb up and just in memorial. They have fucked that franchise, and the movie that they're trying to put out, Star Trek 4. Holy shit!
It's a shit show, bro.
You want to talk? You guys want to talk about? Oh, good.
We got Section 31 coming. Don't forget. We're going to release a series of Section 31, which no one wants. Who cares?
And it's not even the Section 31 from the actual fucking what I consider the canon Star Trek. It's some fucking silly bullshit they've made up. Sorry, Thrash, mate. Go on. What are you going to say?
Go on, Thrash.
All I was going to say, if you want to talk about disappointment, I live with someone that started the Star Trek conventions, helped on the stages and everything. Yeah, like 100%. Yeah, you want to talk about? She's watching the new ones. She's trying, man. She's struggling. Some of them, she's just like, "What in the hell is this?" You know what I mean? It's just not the same, man.
Sad. It is. It's not right. It's so sad. It's like they've literally taken everything that I loved as a child and destroyed it.
Yes.
Absolutely destroyed it. Don't get me wrong. I'll go back and watch all the originals right up to Enterprise.
Exactly.
But, when Star Trek was Star Trek and when canon actually meant something, like I'll watch all classic Doctor Who, when canon meant something. And I'll watch all the classic and all the proper Star Wars films when canon meant something. I mean, the last decent film I would say Star Wars was Rogue One. I enjoyed Rogue One, and that's because they made an effort to make it fit the trilogy. They actually made the effort. Even getting the two actors for Red Leader and Gold Leader to come back and do actual audio to make it fit. That was good. That was good. But then it just went to shit in a handbasket. And now
don't worry, you'll have the Acolyte in June, and that'll make it all better.
Oh yeah.
Oh geez.
I just can't wait.
I don't know if I can even watch that one.
I mean, this is the thing. When it comes to Star Trek, what I want is, as an example, one of my favorite scenes from DS9 is Sisko losing his fucking shit because what's going on with the Maquis, threatening to blow up this fucking planet with whatever the fuck laser torpedoes.
Oh yeah, when he laces the whole planet, makes it uninhabitable.
Yeah, I don't give a fuck. If you don't do what I need you to do, I'm blowing this bitch.
And he fucking
not Klingons singing and dancing in some gay fucking space opera,
Fire, Mr. Worf. Well, because Worf's like, what? What? You want me to do what? Because he thought he was just bullshit.
Like, oh man, this boy's crazy.
Go back and watch DS9, people. And that's okay. I'm so glad you said that, Tuna, because that is one of the big messages of the Culture Council is, we may rag on some of this bullshit, but we're going to point you, towards some good stuff too. You need to talk about good stuff. Just like what Gobster said, I'm on a Classic Who rewatch right now. I read a lot of old comics, watch old movies and stuff. So, there's plenty out there to enjoy. You can, and that's, I think a lot of that's probably happening. It got me to watch classic Doctor Who and just absolutely fell in love with it. So I think I love
the old stuff. I've never watched it. Never watched it. And someone said it. Someone at work actually said, "Dude, you need to check this out." So I started like watching these old ones, and I love old sci-fi, and that's exactly what Doctor Who is, just to the point. I mean, that's a creation of old school sci-fi. And then you look at what's going on now, you're like, this is not the same thing that I was trying to watch back here. This is ridiculous. It's that message. Gotta have that message.
Now we got Jinx. Jeez, man.
No, we are Jinx. Yeah.
Yeah, she's. I mean, like, I'm kind of burnt out on all this shit. Like, I'm like so burnt out on it. And it's like,
you know,
and
what
it
the fuck, man.
It was like their final. It was like Russell T Davies. Like I'm laying in Doctor Who's grave, and I look up, and that motherfucker shovels some more dirt on me, and he's like, "Ha ha, fuck you, you white
Never
straight
enough.
wanker."
Never enough.
It is. It's never enough, man. But yeah,
What's the story with Jinx then, B?
She is a drag queen. Let's see if they
Sorry, you had an article up. That was all. I wonder what the article was.
Oh, I don't know if it was about her. Let me see. Oh, yeah, I did have an article up. It was because I clicked it for a link for a picture. Let me see if I can find it. This one right here. Yeah. Oh, okay. United States lawmakers targeting drag. A good catch, Tuna. Targeting drag won't stop with Queen, says performer Jinx Monsoon. This is from April 1st, before anybody even knew who this fool was. So this is the older article, but yeah, what they're doing is they're passing a lot of laws in different states.
Oh, this guy. Oh, sorry. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. Exactly. They're starting to pass a lot of laws in state starting to protect children now, and these motherfuckers are acting like they're getting drugged to the gas chamber over it. And I assume they're acting the same in England and everywhere else.
Oh, yeah.
They better act that way at home, because there's a lot of motherfuckers praying 3 times a day that won't put up with their bullshit, so they better stay in their house in the UK. But
Hey, I guarantee you, I'm not playing games. If this dude comes up to me, any of these dudes come up to me, and they're like, I'm this and that and here and there, I'll be like, no, you're a freaking man. If you irritate me, I'm gonna treat you like one. You know what I mean? I will never pretend that's some lady, because look at that. That's just a mess, dude. What in the hell? Why is this person not embarrassed? How are these people not embarrassed? It's so freaking embarrassing.
I guess society's allowed them to carry on and make it okay.
Right, because they pat them on the ass and tell them it's great, you're doing great. You just don't listen to what people say, and us regular people got to deal with this crap every freaking day. Push it in our face. We don't want it, and they're getting mad.
Same with all that other shit as well.
Yep.
The simple Trump thing is with drag queen artists and everything else, and pronouns, whatever. Look, you want to call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. That's great. I'm just not playing your game. I'm not playing the game.
Exactly.
If you want to call yourself a light shade, you call yourself a light shade. I'm happy for you. Yeah, but I don't give a shit. I'm not interested in you. Don't tell. If you want to play your game, play your game. I'm not interested in playing it, and don't force me to play it. Because if you force me to play it, I'm going to get nasty because I don't want to play your game. Yeah, it's as simple as that. Look, everybody's entitled. Everybody's entitled in this world to be whatever they want to be, and that's fine. And I am genuinely and truly happy for everyone. If that's what you want to be and that makes you happy, great, crack on. But please don't expect me to have to change my reality and my life to please you, because I've never asked you to do the same. So don't ask back. And if you want to push, genuinely, you will get a pushback, and you won't like the pushback that I give. So you know, live and let live.
But it's good that we're starting to see more and more of that. People slowly are starting to turn around and say, "Nah, I can't be dealing with this."
Yeah, right. Well, here's my thing is, if you come up to me with pronouns, like if I'm at the store or something or the restaurant on a regular day, I don't come up to you and say Miss, Mister, they, them. I say, excuse me, can I order this, this, and that? Thank you. You know what I mean? I don't take time to figure out who or what the hell you are to begin with. I don't have that respect for you. You have to earn it from me. Once that happens, then I'm going to be like, all right, we'll talk about it. You know what I mean? If you want to play that goofy game, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not playing it, but you got it. I'll give you respect. I got to get that. I got to get that respect back. If I don't, I'm not even saying, hey, Mr. Mrs. ZZ. I'm saying, excuse me. Can I get one of these and one of those? Thank you.
Do you see? Because I mean, I would say like you and I are on different sides of the planet as far as the difference between North Carolina and California. But like you live so close and in the big city and shit. do you encounter a lot more of the stuff in your face than say I would? Because I see it. I mean, it's in our little town, but I live in a town of like say 30 or 40K people or some shit, counting some of the outer towns in the county. And mostly what I see, man, I don't see it in the streets so much, is having children in high school. I see it more in my area. It's more infiltrating on a lower level in the schools and growing root there. Whereas say if I went over to Cali, LA, I would imagine it's much more in my fucking face if I walk down the street. Is that the way it is or not?
Not well. You got all right. Right now, I'm in Menifee, but I run around all over in LA. You know, I'm from LA originally, right? Problem is, I'm from the ghetto, and ain't none of those people playing games. You got to watch out because they'll freaking you. You come up to them, they say, "Hey, I'm they them." Easy target. You know what I mean? Come here, they them. I want to show you something.
Your wallet.
Bam. Yep. Yeah, I mean, walk down South Central LA and try to do that shit. You know, it's not going to happen. It's not. That's the same thing when people are like, "Oh, you can't be racist to white people." I've been spit in my face just because I'm white. That's how I learned how to fight. You know, that's where all this came from because I was white. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That kills me when people, "Oh, you can't be racist to white people." I was working on a car in South Central LA. White or black dude walks by and just says, "Well, I guess white boys are good for something." You know what I mean? Yeah, dude, that's kills me when people say that. I always tell them, let's go for a walk. I'm going to take you exactly where we're going to go for a walk. And you tell me you can't be racist to white people when we're done. I'll have to give you an ice pack for that eye because you're probably going to get cracked. You know, just for being white. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy, man. But yeah, we don't see none of that because I'm in the ghetto. We're a bunch of dirtbags over here. You know what I'm saying?
So this is the people they've been talking about, and this is one of those, you know, white people can't be racist or against white people, or you can't be racist. Black girl magic. But like that's all they've been talking about. Is this is one of those groups? Tuna, you might have to correct me on this. Was this not one of those groups that was somewhat like, say, Sweet Baby and stuff like that? I mean, didn't they get found out to be kind of?
Yeah, I mean they're aligned, aren't they? They're one of the kind of the demon companies. They're I don't know if this is what you were pointing towards, but they're getting a lot of bother because they're trying to threaten kind of news sites. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So
Cool. Well, I'll just go right on and step right the fuck in it then. So, Black Girl Gamers announces legal action against entertainment news outlet against entertainment news outlet That Park Place. I follow him on X. Recent report suggesting video game diversity consultant company engages in discriminatory hiring practices. Well, anything that we say about these motherfuckers is our opinion. This is an opinion show. So
the thing is, it's not. I don't have obviously the materials at hand, but it's not suggesting anything. They said in a post.
I know. What happened to that? I can't find it anywhere.
They're looking for, but obviously now all this stuff has exploded, and these people are being shown to be the frauds that they are. They're lashing out and they're not thinking properly and they're just making themselves like even more fucking stupid.
So it says in the latest escalation of the ongoing SBI discourse, video game diversity consultation company Black Girl Gamers has announced their intent to seek legal action against entertainment news outlet That Park Place over a recent report alleging that they engage in racially discriminatory hiring practices. All right. I wish they would have the thing. Like, see, me and Tuna both saw a thing earlier this week that showed like them, and we talked about this yesterday, didn't we? It was like where they had screwed with the way people were going to be presented. Like, you know how they're drawing women ugly and they make them like thicker and not as voluminous.
Basically.
Let's see what PD said.
Yeah, it's true there.
I told everyone
he's absolutely right.
Yeah,
he's right.
Yeah.
He's
so,
right.
As far as we know, they have admitted to as much, and people have seen like their older posts and shit. The latest development was kicked off on March 15th. That Park Place editor-in-chief John F. Trent published a report entitled "Forspoken Consultant Black Girl Gamers appears to discriminate in their hiring practices while claiming they're being harassed." In support of his headline suggestion, Trent cited a sole February 24 tweet wherein Black Girl Gamers put out a public call for, quote, Black women content creators that make Dungeons, Dragons, D&D content for some potential brand work, and they actually have it. There it is. Okay.
There you go.
Wow.
There you
But we
go.
already know that Wizards of the Coast is already in bed with these people. You know, they
Yeah.
get conversation from SBI, so it's no surprise. You know, Magic the Gathering is in the toilet, D&D is in the toilet.
I would have if everything wasn't fucked and I'd not heard all the bad stuff about Wizards and the Wizards of the Coast line bullshit. I would have almost gotten back into trying to learn how to play Magic because they dropped. A friend of mine told me they dropped the Doctor Who set, and I was like, and they play games and shit like that, and I was like, nah, it'd probably be dog shit. I don't play my Rose Noble card.
In the news a little while ago about the the Black Aragorn card. You know, that's what you're dealing with.
Yeah. I played my for 5 mana. I play my Rose Noble, uses her trans abilities to outsmart evil or some shit, you know. But so I guess they're suing my man, and that's
they're gonna
lose.
Don't lose. No.
I mean, it's there in black and white. I mean, it's literally on a tweet saying that's exactly what they're doing. So,
looking for black women content creators to make Dungeons and Dragons content for some potential brand work.
That's racist. That's
very racist. Super
So,
racist.
like,
Exceedingly racist.
Looking for against white people, though, boys.
Yeah. Well,
so,
no,
guys, go ahead, Gobster. Go ahead.
No, I was just saying.
No, go ahead. I'll come in after.
Imagine the outrage if you put, we're only hiring white people. Yeah. How long would you think that would last?
I'm going to post on X this.
It wouldn't last. It wouldn't last for a minute.
Culture Council looking for white guests and see how that goes over.
Well, that's what
right. And the thing
yeah,
that
but I wouldn't care, you know.
Yeah, but the thing is, the thing is they can't sue when they've actually tweeted out saying that's all they're going to hire. You can't sue. You just can't sue when you blatantly said we only want black people.
Exactly is that they say they're not doing.
They've just done it. So that
it looks like they said something. Addressing the report roughly 2 weeks later, Black Girl Gamers took to their official company Twitter account on March the 26th to declare, we're addressing the recent allegations published on that Parlays.com about discriminatory hiring practices within Black Girl Gamers. These claims are false and were made without prior fact checking or verification from us or our representatives, but it's right there.
Yeah, you don't need them to fact check anything when it's in black and white.
Yeah,
when they're bragging about it.
But there's a way to solve this, isn't there? There's an easy way to prove this. Get a load of white people to apply.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Do you know what the process is for joining their community or applying for jobs?
Yeah.
So even to join their community, this is kind of Black Girl Gamers, you need to provide a photo of yourself, full information, address. That's to join their community, not even just apply for the jobs.
Holy shit.
But
there's certain discords and shit like that, man.
Yeah, but that's wrong, isn't it? Fundamentally, that's wrong.
Yeah.
Fundamentally. I mean, the thing is, if you're doing that, then you clearly have an agenda. You clearly are making it impossible.
I think
for
with the company named Black Girl Gamers, I think the agenda's pretty clear, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but again, the thing is, why are they allowed to say that? Imagine if it was White Girl Gamers. Is there a White Girl Gamers? Is that allowed to exist?
And it sounds like a company that's going to have several people. It'd be one thing if it was like 3 people and that's all it was ever going to be. And you're like, you know, the White Boy Council or something, because that's what the fuck we are. But this is clearly discriminatory and elitist. I don't know if I'll say elitist, but like it's really trying to be exclusive in their own club.
What kills me the most, well, like, I'm sorry, but I was just going to say what kills me the most is as far as what they're doing. I mean, my dad gave me the very first, the season 1 of freaking Dungeons and Dragons. I have the whole thing right here. The very first one. You know what I'm saying? I'm a huge Neverwinter fan. I will play Neverwinter all day, and now that's ruined. It's gonna be ruined. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna be the same thing. You know, because that right here, you see that agenda first. Get that agenda in, get that message in. The game is like, oh, well, maybe you can get a game in the DLC. I don't know. You know what I mean? But it's all that game's just going to be screwed. Anything they make.
Do you know it's how? Well, I was just saying, like, you know how you get more people into something? Like their whole shtick is they think they're going out for this mythical audience they haven't tapped yet because they've been excluded or something. No, the audience that they had up to that point are the people that this particular product has spoken to. And if you want to try to get more people in on this product, what you have to do is do shit so good for the people who are already watching that they tell other people.
Yeah.
And it, word of mouth, that's how the hell you do it. Not by excluding them and then making a product for people who don't give a shit and ain't gonna give you your money anyway. And
it's the audience that never buys anything, isn't it? And Magic the Gathering is not the kind of game where you want to be pandering to people that don't buy anything. And that's probably why Hasbro is in the fucking toilet.
I never foresaw things getting this bad, like this ridiculous.
Well, there's a good thing though, because the pushback to that or the responses is that more independent game creators are starting to get a bit more of a spotlight, you know, in more independent card games, more independent kind of D&D based games. And that's what we're going to start seeing. We're going to start seeing more people bring their ideas to the fold and people adopt them and start playing them. That's good. Meanwhile, Hasbro is going to have a cash flow crisis because nobody wants to buy any of their shit.
Right.
Yep.
True.
Yep.
You know what makes me the saddest about all this? Really does make me the saddest. After spending many, many, many decades striving for the lack and destruction of segregation, just when it was all going, now they want segregation themselves.
Yeah,
now by the people that were complaining about it the first time.
It baffles me, man.
All that hard work that black activists did to get rid of segregation, to get rid of black rooms, black people only, white people only rooms. They've almost succeeded in doing this, and now they want the reverse. That's what's the saddest thing about this. As I said last week, we were that close to fulfilling Martin Luther King's dream. And now
I meant to bring that back up when you said that. We were,
but it's true. We were literally right close. We could have actually fulfilled his dream, and it's a good dream. It's a brilliant dream, and now we want segregation, but on their terms.
Well, now they're too busy asking for reparations and trashing Walmarts, aren't they?
See, we needed that. We needed to stand together to be ready for the thing that's conquering the West right now, unfortunately. And whether that's people from one part of the world or from another, depending on whether you're my country or yours. But like we needed, that's why they destroyed our unity and what we almost achieved, because they had to weaken us. You know, now you got like half the country, you don't know whether you can trust them or not if you were invaded.
Yeah, because they realized, the government realized that if they actually do this and they do get together, we're in trouble, because they're going to realize who the enemy really is. So they have paid bad actors to destroy the possibility of a harmonious human race. And that's the biggest disgrace to the world ever.
Let me ask you guys a question. So, for one thing that confuses me is that one of the smarter tactics, and we all have heard our whole lives learning about Rome. I mentioned Roman Empire today, but I always think about it like every fucking day. But bread and circuses, right? I mean, honestly, guys, I the only reason that we hadn't turned over the table and just started stacking bodies and fucking both countries up is because we have shit to fall back on to do. The motherfuckers, just like you said, the first time you were on Gopsy, you mentioned how there's not as many pubs and people met together in pubs and decided to change things, right? If you want to put it in a nice way. And that's not here anymore. And we have all these other distractions. But here's the thing that baffles me. Why would they fuck with us? I mean, maybe some people they really are bought into the cult. I know some people are bought in and they believe this black girl gamers type mentality, the segregative mentality and shit. But I would have figured that they would have stayed out of this entertainment longer. But then again, maybe they accomplished what they need to keep us distracted. So now it's in entertainment, and people that don't give a fuck about the news, that ignore shit, it started ruining their Star Trek, their Doctor Who, their fucking whatever, Star Wars. And I think it would have been smarter on their part to have like kept the infiltration out of that. You know what I mean? Because they did, that's where you're going to piss people off, especially Americans, man. Yeah. And so like, I wonder, I mean, I guess obviously this is all part of the same like concerted effort to accomplish one goal.
Yep. It certainly is. It certainly is. I mean, that was the point of the removal of religion.
Yeah.
The removal of religion. Because when we had religion, We had a set of rules to follow, a leader who told us what to do, how to behave, how to think, and how we conducted ourselves in life. We remove that, and then what's left is transgenderism or the government or, Black Lives Matter. We've got rid of religion, and now because we're so adrift, we need to cling on to somebody to tell us what to do, how to behave, what to think. And this is what we're getting. And it's been done on purpose. It has been done on purpose because, as I said, I'm rediscovering my religion, and we need a set of rules, and we don't have rules anymore. Rules have gone now. I mean, if you can now identify as anything that you really, really want to be, I can identify as a woman. I can walk into a female toilet and do whatever I want, and there's nothing you can do to stop me. That's evil.
Insane. Yeah.
It's insane.
Yeah.
And you look at the stuff that's going on in the world at the moment, and it is complete insanity. This is not the normal behavior. If you follow any religion, if you follow the rules, none of this shit would happen. But it's being allowed to happen. And the reason that Islam is being allowed to come in is because the followers of Islam are very compliant. If an imam tells them to do something, they do it without question. So what they want to do is they want to bring in a religion that will do as it's told.
100%. 100% right on.
Yeah, not question.
Johnster,
yes.
I heard something, and if it's not something you talk about like online or whatever, you just shut me down. No worries.
No, carry on.
Somebody mentioned something to me about because I was on the subject of like joking about my wife being scared that things I say would fuck up like careers and things like that. And somebody said something about you had dealt with something like that personally. And I mean, I don't know if you don't talk about that, fine. I ain't trying to get up in your business. But like I was told you had to deal with something similar, but I've never heard you yourself talk about it.
Well, the thing is, it was on my previous channel. And it's difficult because when I decided originally, as you all know, my channel, if you go back on my channel back a while away, you can see I'm just a huge Doctor Who fan. I'm a huge Star Wars fan.
That's
I'm a
probably
huge
why we
Star
all
Trek
know each
fan.
other.
Yeah. I love sci-fi. I love old sci-fi now. I'll rephrase that. I love but it was coming to a stage where I was beginning to notice the fact that things were not right in the world. And then I had to make a conscious decision. And this is the thing, and this is what frightens a lot of people, is the fact that I know now that I've lifted my head above the parapet wall. And I mean, just recently, and last week, and while I was actually away, I had 7 people send me death threats because of what I say.
Shit on me.
I mean, literally, one guy actually said, I'm going to say this here so everybody can understand that the problem that you issue, which is probably why 77% don't speak, is he wanted me to off myself so he could pay a visit to my wife and my children and rape my wife.
How kind.
And that's what I got. I mean, it's gone to the police. Nothing will happen, of course, because I'm white.
All right.
And that's the problem that you face. Now, I know full well that speaking out is a bad thing. I genuinely know that speaking out is a bad thing, but I've got to a stage where I have to say something. I have young children, I have young grandchildren, and I am not prepared for them to live in this world.
Right.
This world is surrounded by evil. This is why I am now back with religion, because there is pure evidence right in front of my face that evil exists and is walking this planet.
Yeah.
When I have my child has to go to a mosque for religious studies, and I get dragged into the school and called a racist because I said no, they're not. Then this is wrong. Yep, this is wrong.
Yep.
When
they would just go ahead and have to call me a racist then. I don't care at that point.
Yeah, but the thing is, like, there was a fight at my kid's infant school where 4 Asian kids jumped a white kid, and the teacher and the camera system apparently didn't see a thing.
Yeah.
This is wrong.
Oh yeah.
And I can't sit by and not say anything. But I am also fully aware that by saying something, I paint a target on my back. Now, I'm fortunate that I don't work now. I've retired. Yeah, I'm 55 years old. I've retired. Okay. I don't have to. So I don't have to worry about that career. But which is why also it's Mrs. Gobster. You won't know where my wife works. You won't know where my wife is because her career could be at risk by me speaking out. I also have, this is where the fun begins, my stepdaughter is a serving police officer at West Midlands Police.
Oh shit, man.
But fortunately for her, she doesn't have the same surname as me. So I have an insight of what the police have to put up with. And I could tell you so much stuff, but I'm not going to because operational reasons, etc.
Right.
And I'm not going to put her in the dump. Yeah, I'm not going to dump on her. I know I have lots of friends still in the military and a lot of friends in senior positions in the military who are telling me how bad things really, really are. But I can't say anything because it's Official Secrets Act.
Now, when you had the situation, if you had a situation personally, like where your job said something to you about something they didn't like, what was the thing online that was like the thing they didn't like the most, or that that they said something to you about?
Islam.
Okay, yeah, that's the straightest way to the office.
Yeah, and the thing is, they dragged me. This is before I retired. They dragged me in and said you shouldn't be saying things like this. And my exact words were, "Go fuck yourself."
Oh yeah. Yep.
I am still allowed to criticize a religion. It's a religion.
Yep.
I am not criticizing the people practicing the religion. I am criticizing the religion itself because it is a demonic, evil, sick religion, and it has no purpose in the world. It's if you have a religion that's based on a guy who was a warlord who killed everyone who didn't agree with him and slept with young girls, that is not a religion to follow. I'm sorry, whether you like it or not, it isn't. Yeah.
I got a question about that religion real quick. I want to know if one of you guys can name one good thing that's come out of that. You know what I mean? I mean, I've seen ladies stoned to death. I've seen people like thrown off of buildings. I've seen people getting in, like running up and just beating on ladies because their head's not covered. I want to know what's the good stuff.
Ready for this? Ready for this? We have people in the West who will defend Islam because they look after their women so well. I explained to my wife, because my wife didn't understand it, and she said, "Well, I don't get it." I said, "Okay, well, if we convert to Islam, you will do everything I say, whether you like it or not. I can take 4 other wives if I want to. You will wear everything to cover your face. You will not be allowed to listen to music. You will not be allowed to have education. You will not be allowed to go anywhere. You will not be allowed to look at another man, because if you do, I am legally allowed to stone you to death." And this is the religion that you want to follow. You will walk 3 paces behind me and don't you dare speak to me unless I've asked you to. I said, "Is that the world that you want?" And well, she told me to fuck off, basically. But this is the thing they don't get. This is the thing that they don't get. This is a religion that treats women horrendously. They are seen as nothing more than baby machines. That is their job. I had a woman who actually was a Muslim who said, "Oh, well, we're allowed to keep our surnames after we got married." I said, "Yeah, can you uncover yourself and listen to pop music then?" She went, "Well, no, of course not."
Right.
I said, so you're free then, are you? "Well, Muhammad says." I said, "No, Muhammad doesn't say. Look, I'm a Christian. I follow God. Yeah, no offense. God smites a lot of people and knocks a lot of people down if you don't believe in him. But at least he's a good person. He doesn't say, if your wife does this, you have the right to stone them to death." No, he doesn't say that. And it's like, and because I criticize Islam, which is why the word Islamophobic is such an outrageous word, because it really is. What it's for is to silence criticism of a religion that is incompatible with humanity. It treats everybody terribly. It's incompatible. How anyone can follow a religion that you will do as some bloke who decides that he's an imam tells you to do. How you can sit there and you read the Quran, and I'm reading the Bible. I am now reading the Bible. I've read the Quran as well, yeah. And the Quran quite clearly says either you convert or you die. That's like page 1.
You've seen the videos, haven't you, of these people kind of saying that? I mean,
it's just, you get queers.
And then if you leave, you're like an apostate.
Well,
that's the dumbest shit I've ever seen.
Yeah, but you've had accounts where people, queers for Palestine, turkeys for Christmas. It's true. These people who go out and say, "Oh yeah, queers for Palestine." But if you were in a Muslim country, mate, the only saving grace at the moment in Gaza is there's no tall buildings left.
Right.
The Israelis have took all the tall buildings down that you could be thrown from, but you will be dragged. You will be killed. Yeah. The Muslim faith.
There may not be a tall building left on the strip.
You've got to admit, the marketing and PR team for this religion, they're doing a top job because they're making these idiots, quite a fair few people in the US, the UK, believe that the most savage religion ever is something that we should be protecting, and that there's some poor little victim. And it's that kind of thing, isn't it? Of call shit, play victim, and people just keep falling for it. And I just don't understand how people are that blind.
No, mate. Look,
Oh yeah, that's right. They'll kill you or force you to have a sex change.
Here's an idea. Let's all go on holiday to Saudi Arabia. Okay, so we all go on holiday in Saudi Arabia. We're in our hotel, and we decide to go out for a walk with the missus. And the missus is wearing a bikini, and you're chewing gum. You are now arrested because you've broken the law. And there is no, I didn't know. No, you were told, you broke the rules. Yeah, so you're arrested. Whenever we went on deployment in the army, we were told, we had a sheet and a briefing. This is how the local customs are. This is what you do. This is what you don't do. Don't do this. You say this, you don't, because you should, wherever you go in the world, you should respect their belief system and their religion, because that's the good thing to do. So why is they allowed to come to the UK and the USA and do the complete opposite? If I go to Qatar on a visit somewhere, I respect their religion. I will, if they say you can't eat gum out in the street, I won't eat gum out in the street, because that's their laws and that's their rules and that's the way. And I abide by those rules. It's that simple.
Right. Oh, I was just gonna say, I watched the video one time, and it was about it was an Egyptian dude, and they asked him, "Hey, how come you don't take in people from over there, Palestinians or whatnot?" And I shit you not, he said, "Hey, look, we're all brothers in this world, but check this out. They are known for going into your country and then trying to invade it and try to convince you it was theirs the whole time. So they're like, thank you, but no thank you." And that's exactly what they're doing right now everywhere.
Egypt and Jordan won't fuck with them.
Israel had, between Palestine and Israel, 2 walls. Yeah, 2 wall defense. Okay?
Yeah.
Egypt has 9. It has 9 walls between it and Egypt. Doesn't that say a lot?
Damn.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's 9 walls that are patrolled. 9 physical barriers. And no one moans to Egypt and says, "Why have you got them?" Yeah? No one goes, "Oh, Egypt, why have you got 9 walls?" And the reason they got 9 walls is because they don't want to let that scum in, because the last time they let him in, they screwed the country up. They're not stupid. So where's the logic? How is it okay for one set of people to go?
And shit.
I'll tell you, because whatever administration is running the show right now, that's what they want. They want us gone. If you have strength, they want it gone. They don't want nothing to do with you. They want these weak, dress-wearing dudes that they can tell them to do whatever. And they're already doing it now. Look at that little, what's his name? The hairy dude on Twitter. He's be posting all this crap about, oh, Biden did this, but it's like, dude, you're paid to get it, to be a chump. quit doing this because you just get ratio, dude. It's ridiculous. Nobody's buying it, but they don't care. They're doing it anyway. They're just like, hey, dude, you need to stop this. They just ignore you. You know what I mean? It's happening. We're all getting invaded.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, but look how Biden is actually selling Israel down the road. Biden is now seriously selling Israel down the road. He genuinely is. He's setting Israel up. And the whole of the West are doing the same because it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end, so they can't sell any more weapons, so they can't make any more money out of it. So now they're going to betray them because that is exactly what they're doing. They allowed the war to go on because all they're doing is making shitloads of money. And when it's all finished, it'll be BlackRock and all those people will go in with their big contracts to rebuild the city.
How convenient.
How convenient. I mean, they're going on like, oh, you know, British weapons. No, look, the simple truth of the matter is, as much as it pisses people off, and I love it on Twitter when I piss people off, is if they didn't want this to happen to them, look, you can't go and kick a hornet's nest and then complain that the hornets have come out and stung you. Yeah? Israel have warned you time and time and time again, if you come here, we will turn you into a car park. Israel are doing exactly what they say. And to all you free Palestine people out there and all this, ceasefire in Gaza, Israel will not listen to you. They're not even going to listen to the USA, UK, or anyone else. They're going to do what they want to do. And the Hamas in Gaza don't give a shit. They are not going to listen to you either. So sit down, shut up, and concentrate on your own country as it slowly falls apart while you're too busy trying to remove shampoo from a shelf in Sainsbury's. Grow the fuck up, people. Get off it.
That's what this is all about.
Isn't it? Hell of a narrative change. How most people have been convinced that Israel is the bad guy in this. You know, it's crazy.
Look, kids are dying. Innocent people are dying. That's what happens in war. I'm sorry, but that's exactly what happens in war.
Yeah, because these fuckers are hiding underneath hospitals. They're hiding everywhere where civilians are because they're not. They don't want to fight an open war. They want to fight cowards war. They want the ambush attack. They want to do the hits
Urban
first
warfare,
and then play victim.
Yeah.
You know, and also when it all boils down to it, no offense to everybody else in the world. Sorry to break this to you. It's got fuck all to do with us. We've got our own problems.
Yeah.
Can we sort them out first? Like our MPs here in the UK go, oh, ceasefire in Gaza. Concentrate on your homeless in where you are voted into thing. You're homeless. Your cost of living crisis. The people who can't afford to feed themselves. The old people are dying of freezing cold because they can't afford the heating. Those are the people who voted you in. Yeah, no one in Gaza voted for you in. No one in Gaza even knows who the hell you are. You are voting in to represent the country that you are in. Concentrate on where you live. And if you
but if they come over from Gaza, then they become voters, don't they?
Yay,
exactly. And who they're going to vote for. But the thing is, I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. Yeah. And the thing is, what we have is we have a whole Western world who've got no bollocks anymore.
100%.
You know, we shouldn't care.
Well, that's my thing too. You notice they're trying to convince you to hate your country. And over here, it's easy because if you're a person of color, they tell you, hey, they've been pushing you down the whole time anyway. Even though if you're a person of color, you're getting in college first, you're getting everything first. You know what I mean? Everything first. But they're convincing them, hey, look what they're doing to you. Because 200 years ago, there were some slaves. You know what I mean? Even though there was a whole group of freaking people that fought to free you. You know what I mean? If they didn't, you'd still be a slave. But you know what I'm saying? It's so easy to convince these people, oh, they don't like you anyway. And now they got to push and be like, oh, well, I have this right to do this and I have that right to do that. Screw America. And to me personally, I'm like, well, screw you, dude. You know what I mean? Because America gave you everything.
Yeah. I mean, do you know who the first country in the world was to fight against slavery?
Britain.
Britain?
Us.
Yeah. Right.
We spent 37.6% of our gross national product to fight slavery.
That's right.
We were the first country. Hundreds of thousands of Royal Navy troops and Royal Marines died to try and stop slavery.
Not to mention the Barbary fucking pirate bullshit that both of our countries had to deal with. That was the first people we went to. We declared war on after the revolution was the fucking Barbary pirates off the coast, like Libya and Africa and shit, were kidnapping our people and turning them into slaves and
Yeah.
selling them out east and shit. And
but funny how that's not mentioned. Funny how that's not
no,
mentioned.
no, it's not
Funny that,
mentioned.
Right.
Because there's nothing to gain from that, is there?
Exactly.
Right, exactly. No.
Exactly. We did fight. The British fought really hard to bring an end to slavery. And what we get is called horrible racists and our flag's disgusting. Our
Yup.
flag back
Colonizers.
in those days was the indication of freedom.
Well, they're selling us to the fucking caliphate again. It's just a little slower and more surreptitiously.
Yeah.
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? They're still
Mhm.
selling us out. It's just a little
Amen.
bit different this time.
Amen.
But I
Yeah.
got thanks to everybody watching, man. We've almost had like almost 50 people watch the entire time, so this has been
Oh,
great.
yeah, thank you, guys.
We had
Yeah,
really
right on.
good
Nice one.
attention.
Thank you.
And appreciate everybody watching. If you will, hit the links that are in the, if you're on X watching, hit the links that's in the comments, and you'll come over here to YouTube. Like, subscribe, share, and then look in our show notes for today in the description, and you'll see some other links for guests and members and stuff like that. But I got one little thing to go over. I just wanted to ask you guys. I'm going to ask you, like, if this is some conspiracy shit. British people don't know if you've heard about this, but basically,
Yeah.
a cargo ship. A cargo ship went a cargo ship went ape shit and fucking hit one of our main port bridges and completely fucked us. I don't know if it was like just an accident. I don't even know if
The ship lost power, didn't it?
Yeah, and it
The
almost
ship
like
lost power, and kind of what's happened. I mean, I think we've got to be careful that not every major tragedy is a conspiracy.
Exactly.
Sometimes just bad shit happens, and I think this is one of those kind of cases. I mean,
I personally
it's a
think
shame.
it's bullshit that happened. I'm not sure this was Russia or China or anything. It could have been fucking failing infrastructure.
No,
Well, it's not that. I mean, what are you going to do? I mean, you can put as many safeguards in place as you want. When you've got a big bastard boat crashing into you, I mean.
Well, I've actually spent a bit of time looking into this because everybody goes, "Oh, conspiracy theory." Look, the ship had been in dock, and for the 2 days it was in dock, it was reporting that it was having electrical issues.
Mhm.
Okay, so there was a problem. There was a problem on the ship. The ship
Yeah, I
lost
think it
all
was just an accident.
Yeah, the ship lost all electrical power. They tried desperately. It even dropped both its anchors to try and stop itself.
I heard
Yeah.
that.
Now,
Yeah.
that bridge was built in the late 70s, as far as I'm aware. And
Believe
it
so.
wasn't until 1982, after there was another accident like this in Florida, that they had what they call bridge defenders, which is, if you look at modern day bridges, on their main supports, they've got these big, huge bumpers that are stuck a bit further out from the supports to protect the support from this happening. So if this had been a modern bridge, this shit wouldn't have happened. It would have just bumped into that, and that would have been the end of it. This was
Well,
just, unfortunately, a terrible accident.
It took the entire fucking thing down. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it will do, because, I mean, no offense, it got hit by a bloody massive ship.
Oh,
I mean,
fuck
it's
yeah.
not-
There's no telling how much weight was on that thing, man. They say it
we're
had a
talking-
massive
we're
amount of
talking
weight.
a couple 100,000 tons of impact. Yeah, even if it
No
was slowing
chance.
down, that's a lot of impact hitting a specific. And the thing is, those Cobra Bridge, it's an old bridge. It's an
Mm.
old
Right.
bridge. You hit any old bridge, and it's going to suffer because it's been there for such a long time. And the thing
So-
is, what is
Go
being
ahead, go ahead.
forgotten by a lot of people is there were construction workers on that bridge that died. Yeah, and it is a tragic accident. And for people to go, oh, I mean, somebody went, oh, you can see the flashes on the other side where, you know what the flashes were? That's the
Electricity.
Yeah, the electrical power
Yeah.
cables that run along the bridge snapping. Okay. I know we live in a world where everything's a conspiracy theory. This was an accident, a sad, tragic accident,
Yeah.
but sadly also one that was waiting to happen. Sooner or
Well,
later it was
yeah.
going to happen, and it's terrible. And I feel for the families that have lost
Oh, absolutely.
their loved ones.
Yeah.
And please, not everything's a conspiracy theory. This was a horrible accident.
Really agree.
And
Yeah.
you know, it's
What kind of? I mean, what's going to happen since it's? I mean, what's the conspiracy? What's the point of breaking this bridge? You know what I mean?
because it locks the port up.
Yeah.
Oh,
it
okay.
it
And
fucked
apparently
us
the-
one way or another on the port. Yeah.
And then
Right.
apparently,
Okay.
apparently the guy who owned the container ship died 2 weeks ago in suspicious circumstances. And the thing is, like with everything, if you want to go looking for a conspiracy theory, you can find one. Okay, it's not hard, and you can make one up in your own mind. You really can. It's
I'll
an
make one up
accident.
better than that.
Well, let's be honest.
More of the shit. Well, I mean,
Yeah.
you could totally understand, like, if they had more evidence, it's a totally believable story if somebody said it was taken over, hacked, whatever. But no, the scarier thing is probably the truth is the fact that, man, we've not been keeping up and renewing and supporting our infrastructure, and we've been giving all that money to other countries and going to war, and just doing stupid shit with it. So now we've got shit
in the same position.
roads. Yeah.
We're
So
in the
I mean, we fucked ourselves. And I think you're going to start seeing a lot more of that shit, man.
Well, just ask Tuna about the condition of British roads at the moment. I mean, it's we more drive down holes in the road than actual roads now. It's embarrassing. It is embarrassing.
Don't worry though, we're giving all that international aid to India with their own space project.
Oh, and don't
we're
forget
putting in kind of rainbow crossings.
Yeah, and don't forget the Ukraine. Where we're sending all that money
of course, the biggest money laundering operation in the world,
And also don't forget, we send all our military equipment over, which has left the British Army now with only 11 howitzers.
Let's face it, there's no one there to use it anyway, so someone else.
Oh, no, there's no, I mean, there's one bloke probably, who could probably do the job. But
Transport for London, of course,
Transport for London, again, they're as woke as, they're terrible. They've renamed all the railway stations woke names.
Oh fuck yeah, they're doing that to schools and shit. Yeah.
When will this shit ever end?
I know I haven't seen like in my particular area. Of course, I see a lot of news stories and things throughout the country of the occasional bridge collapse and things, infrastructural things. I live in a state that's actually called, one of the nicknames in North Carolina is the road state, because we're known to have like really high quality highways and roads. So that hasn't degraded to the point to be totally noticeable, but that's something my state focuses heavily on, is fucking roadways. But I can see that they're just not spending the money. They're undercutting like teachers and policemen and stuff like that. It's not good at all.
Dude, it's a scam. Right here in California, they've been working on the 91 freeway for like 20 years, dude.
Yeah.
You know
I'm sure it's probably like that in England.
Yeah, I mean, I've watched that construction's been going on since I was a kid, man.
Well,
just a scam.
Just by us, we're having these HS2 high speed railway 2 thing that's been taking years to build. I mean, years to build.
Yeah.
And up by Birmingham Airport, which I don't live too far away from, they've spent 6 months redoing a roundabout, and they finished it. And I'll be honest, it looks exactly the same as it did 6 months ago. The road looks a bit cleaner, but it's exactly the same layout. So what the fuck were you doing? 6 months.
We didn't have roundabouts here until recently. They're a new
we always here in the UK. We love our roundabouts. We love sticking roundabouts all over the place. Yeah, everywhere there's opportunity to stick a roundabout. We can even have a fully functioning 4-way intersection with lights that works great. We rip them out and put a roundabout in it that screws it up for everybody else. We just have this fascination with roundabouts. At least in the US, when you build a roundabout, you don't put anything in the middle of the roundabout. We put trees and stuff, so you actually can't see what the fuck's coming around the roundabout.
Yeah, we don't
until it's right on you.
At least not in my area. But we didn't start having roundabouts until like in my area to like the last maybe 15 years. I don't even know if it's been that long, but it was weird to me. And they basically did it as an alternative to stoplights. I don't know if that's what y'all call them, but like traffic lights. And And so I was like, what the fuck is this? I had no idea the first time I went through one, man. It was in front of a Walmart too, which is pretty, is usually like the biggest store in town in America. It's gonna be your fucking Walmart.
I mean, when I was down south and when I was down in the countryside, there was a road. We went down this road and it said there's a roundabout coming up. So okay, slow down. And there's a roundabout and there's no other roads on it. So it's just a roundabout in the middle of a road for no reason.
Now, you guys
normally they go to places like there's like usually 4 roads coming up, and this one was literally a roundabout.
You have to spend that money to get it next year.
But there was no reason for the roundabout. I mean, one side was a 50-foot drop down, and the other side was a solid brick wall. So what was the roundabout there for? It's because we had some spare money, so we'll just put a roundabout in place. It's just mental.
Jesus,
Yeah,
well, I was going to say.
Go ahead.
Are you guys saying roundabout like the same thing as a traffic circle? We call them traffic circles over here. We have a pretty famous one in Long Beach. I guess the guy that made it died on it, and so did his son. But yeah, we got those things, man. I think we got a couple of them. I think it's the same thing. I'm gonna have to look it up.
Yeah, we
It
call
is.
them
The traffic
roundabouts.
circles are other thing
Yeah.
we say for it. You're
We
right.
call them
Trash.
roundabouts here, but
Oh, okay.
certain places we can also call them islands because they look like an island, but it's
Right.
usually roundabouts or islands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but traffic
Right.
circle, whatever. Basically, it means you go round a circle
Round
for
and
no
round.
reason.
Yeah, for no reason. Yeah.
And you can never get in the right lane. You're always in the wrong lane. You're never getting in the right lane to go where you got to go.
Fucking die and hit the person who's tired of waiting that pulls out in front of you and shit.
Oh, and then here in the UK, there was another thing where we don't actually have a roundabout. We actually paint a white circle in the middle of a road, and that's a roundabout as well. And you'll get
No
done.
way.
No, if you drive over the circle, was painted on the floor. This is it. Yeah, literally painting circles on the road. And if you're
That's
caught by the
crazy.
police driving over the circle, you'll actually get done for breaking the law. It's a traffic offence. You have to
That's
drive round
crazy.
a painted circle in the middle of the road. You have to drive round it and pretend it's an island, but it's not. It's just a painted circle. We do some crazy shit over here in the UK for roads.
Do you
We
have?
really, really do.
Do y'all have traffic cameras like that?
Everywhere.
You're speeding and shit or going.
Yeah, we have them. Yeah. We
I
also
heard UK's all about what is it, CCTV? I mean, Judas Priest. Judas Priest, electric eye, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they got. I've watched a lot of videos on CCTV over there, man.
Not only do we have cameras, we also have police vans that hide with a camera hidden in it on random points of the road and catch you speeding that way without any warning.
No way.
Yeah,
You'll
we
drive
just
along,
have
you'll see a
some-
white van with the back window open, and as you drive past, you go, "Oh fuck," because you know you've just got nailed speeding.
Yeah.
That's
I've been a long time
Unfortunately-
since I had a speeding ticket.
Yeah, but fortunately here in the UK, we've clocked onto this, so now we have an app on our phones that tell us and warn us where all the mobile speed cameras are.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
like on our GPS, like if you use Google or Apple GPS to get somewhere, that's something I noticed traveling, going on short, long trips, or just using it to get somewhere. And people will put on there like, "Hey, there's a speed trap here."
Yeah.
We call them a speed trap, and or
I mean-
there's an accident, shit like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, we've got it on.
Mhm.
Our app's called Waze, but the other thing is when we were driving, if you're driving, it used to be if somebody come up the other way and they started rapidly flashing your lights at you, that was them warning you that there was a speed trap ahead. If you get caught flashing your lights, that's a traffic offence, and you'll get done for that, for warning people there's a speed trap ahead.
Oh yeah, I
tell
think
ya.
you can get. Yeah, we have something like that over here too.
Yeah.
Oh, and then of course, there's the old random copper who'll just step out in the middle of the road with a radar gun and point it at you.
Yeah. See, it's just
Yeah.
good
Oh, geez.
manners to flash your lights at the people coming saying, "Hey, man, there's a trap." That's just what we do. We do that for that
it's an
and for
offense.
accidents.
Yeah, it's an offence here in the UK to do that. So you can't do that, even though everybody still does that.
But now I live,
Right.
I live where you'll go certain places and everybody fucking waves as to not be rude when you're passing in a fucking vehicle. Like I'm in the South, like
Archie
polite to a
Collins,
fault.
Archie Collins comments good about the mini roundabout when you all get there, because you all have to give way to the right.
Mhm.
So if all three of you arrive at the same time, you've all got to give way to each other. So what actually happens is all three of you sit there and don't move because you're all supposed to be giving way to each other, and then you all move simultaneously and then almost have a crash.
We at some point I'm coming over there like a vacation or a trip or something. I probably won't rent a vehicle, but I still want to try to drive on the other side just once to see what it feels like, because I've never been anywhere that drives on the opposite side.
I
I'm
think
sure
if
it
you
probably
can,
feels-
I would do it quickly because there may not be much of a UK left to visit.
That's what
Yeah.
worries me, man. And I mean this like I'm not even trying to be funny, like legit, man. Because like me and my wife's dream. Okay, dogs, I'm almost done. They know I'm the only grown up here to get them anything. But one of my dreams is to see that and to go over there and like see where my people came from, and landmarks and things like Stonehenge, shit like that, And everything I'm seeing is telling me it ain't gonna be there for me. And even if it is, it might not be very safe for me. I won't feel as safe in certain areas that I would love to have gone to London or something. Now it's like if I was coming over there, I'd probably fucking go like the town where Tuna's at or something and fucking stay there and hang out with him or some shit, because I ain't going fucking London no more. Fuck that.
No, not recommend.
But yeah, it breaks my heart, man, because I always wanted to go over there so bad. And it's like Tuna and I've had discussions like where he's talking about how like knowing people that would be kind of freaked out to come over here because we've all got guns and shit. And it's like the opposite for me. It's like, man, I don't want to fucking go over there and get stabbed by fucking Abdul. You know what I'm saying? Like, goddamn, I'd rather get shot by goddamn John or Raekwon over here. I'll take my chances here. You know what I mean?
Right, because I can shoot back over here. You mean?
Right,
yeah,
exactly.
I can duck and pop, man.
But
that's just
I
like
mean,
I think that's so unfair, man. I just don't.
Tell
it's
me about it.
fucked, but it totally makes sense why you do it. Though. I mean, obviously the proof is in the pudding. You can see why, and then you just make people think guns are crazy. Guns are crazy. I bet you your media and most people would be like, "Oh yeah, that's crazy." If all them people got guns, this goddamn Mad Max over there or some shit. Well, it wasn't that way till now. You know what I mean? Till they fucked everything up.
Here in the media. Oh, you know, it's terrible. It's terrible. All the guns in that over there, and I'm like, give me a gun, please let me have a gun. I need a gun.
I get what you're saying, but
yeah, but the simple truth of the matter is, if you know, as the saying goes, I mean, obviously, ex-military, I love my firearms. Yeah, I genuinely love my firearms. You know,
right.
I do. I love firearms, and the simple truth of the matter is, I've always been the proponent that the only person who can stop a bad guy with a gun is a good guy with a gun.
Exactly.
And it's the same. It always
100%.
will be.
We
It's
see
the
it
same.
time and again over here. They just don't report it a lot. They don't like to.
Of course they don't. Of course they don't. You don't want to actually reinforce the fact that actually owning a firearm might be a good idea. I mean,
See, we have a lot of situations, especially since the years that like public shootings and shit like that have been much more in the public consciousness, and things are much more divided. You're much more likely, say for instance, somebody pops off in a church. Let's say fucking North Carolina. Say down the road, man. There's a million churches where I live in the Bible Belt. Motherfucking goddamn fuck, man, I'm trying to think of a fucking Festus or what. I'm trying to think of a fucking Southern name that'd be funny, but I can't. but goddamn John Boy or whatever might have something in his
Jethro.
pocket. So Jethro. I can't even think of a Southern name because I'm not really around anybody with those sort of names. But you would have somebody. You're more likely now to have somebody else sitting in that church. If something pops off, they'll be right there, and you see reports of it, but they'll only be shared through certain media because they don't like that out there at all. They don't like the stories where, you know, something pops off out of school and it gets taken care of in a timely manner. And, you know, they don't like those stories, you know, and they never like good stories, but it doesn't push their narrative anymore. I'm coming back. All right. Well, let's wrap up, fellas. Man, we've had a hellaciously consistent audience this entire time. I really appreciate it, man.
Guys, it's been awesome.
Thank you guys.
I've gotten subscribers today. It's been great. If you're watching on X, like I said, you can find the links over here. You can find links in the description for today's show that's on right now on YouTube. Follow us on X. Come over here, subscribe. Get the links in the description. Kiara and Layla would very much like you to subscribe. Kiara, she talks like, I don't know if you guys ever seen Django Unchained?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, like when they go to the plantation, like I always joke, when I got trapped in here for COVID, I went insane and all my dogs have a voice now, like a crazy movie where they talk, right? Well, she talks like this lady that Django meets when they go looking for these white slaver brothers, and Django's in that blue shirt and shit. And Don Johnson's there, and they say, Big Daddy up in the house. And this one slave girl takes Django and shows him around the plantation. And she's like, that Big Daddy house up there. That's how Kiara talks. And then Layla, this is my other girl here, Layla. Oh my God, don't show me. She talks like Marge Simpson, but yeah, that's my girls right there. But I appreciate everybody who came to hang out with our goofy asses today. I appreciate you guys for being on here with me and Tuna and coming and hanging. Let's go around real quick before we leave. Thrash, tell people where they can find you. Of course, links are in the description, but tell them if you got something going on next that they can come find, or maybe a new video or something.
Oh yeah, I'm just out here on YouTube. It's mostly just guitar stuff. If you're into like doing guitars and stuff or seeing what's going on, I have a new one coming up. I'm editing it right now. But if you wanna see me trolling, I'm right there on X all day, getting blocked by everybody. That's just the same thing.
Follow him on X for some laughs. Yeah, go over to Twitter, follow Thrash Potato. You can just type in Thrash Potato in the search bar and it brings them up. You see the symbol in the chat here, same one. And you got to follow him. He's funny as shit on there. And then if you're into guitar and stuff like that, come on over. Gobster, he's got his too. What's that one's name, Gobster?
This one's Lola.
Oh, okay, cool. I got Layla. You got Lola. That's funny.
Lola.
Yeah, my oldest.
We got a
family-
Luna over here.
Oh, I've got a Luna that's a cat. I've got
Sweet.
I call
right
it
on.
Captain Meow. Get off me now! Oh God! Don't
So,
put your foot
Gobster, what you got? I know tomorrow's Easter and whatnot, but people
Oh,
know they
hold
can
on,
find
hold
you?
on. The cat's coming. The cat's coming. Here's my cat.
Cool. What's its name?
Well, they all call it Luna. I call it Captain Meow. This is
Okay,
Captain
There you
Meow.
we have
Yeah.
3 ourselves, man. It's like a fucking
Okay.
animal house over here. But what you got
so
going on,
guys-
man? Go
yeah,
over to
so-
Gobster. It's GOBST3R. Go over there and
Yep.
subscribe. But tell them what you got going on. Anything new or coming up?
Well, there's several videos in production. There's one actually producing right now, which is about the Metropolitan Police again, because they're such a wonderful, wonderful organisation. I love them to bits,
Can't be
and sooner or
jealous.
later they're either going to block me or arrest me, or probably both. Other than that, obviously tomorrow's Easter Sunday, so we should be. I should be having a bit of a prayer and that, as you do, because religion and all that stuff is sort of come back to being important.
Yeah, happy Easter
in
to
my
everybody
life.
that celebrates. Or even
Yeah,
if they
happy
don't.
Easter.
Yeah, happy Easter.
Don't
Yeah,
eat
that's-
too much
that's-
chocolate.
Yeah, that's Easter, not Ramadan or any other religion. It's Easter. The thing that we used to celebrate.
Jesus,
Before-
eggs, bunnies, the good stuff.
Yeah,
the
Jesus,
good
eggs,
times we used
bunnies.
to
Yeah,
have.
back in the day when our God was
Man,
important.
I
Yeah,
got a lot of
and-
good memories making Easter eggs. Like some of the good memories I have of being a child is making Easter eggs and being so excited about that every year with my mom. So
Yeah.
shout out to Mom, love you. I just think people should be able to do whatever they want as far as that stuff goes, and my heart's out there with anybody who believes, and because I feel like you guys are getting screwed with right now. So happy Easter to all the people
Amen.
who celebrate, and happy Easter to the people that don't. Man, we're all together in this shit right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And now my the a-hole on the internet, one of the other thirds of the Culture Council group. What you got going on, Tuna?
A little bit of a busy week actually coming up for streaming. So I'm with the lovely Ryan Roger FA on Monday night. It's WrestleMania weekend, so coming up. So if you're a wrestling fan, you're going to be buzzing about it. So he's starting a wrestling show called Monday Nitro. So I'm going to be there 9 o'clock UK for him. Tuesday, Retro Valley with Joe, assuming he's back from assignment being the Easter Bunny. And then we've got Thursday, we've got the Power Station, so wrestling and gaming talk. That's going to be WrestleMania predictions with B-Hop and Crossman Wrestling.
Yeah, WrestleMania next weekend.
If it won't be Saturday again, and then we've got Culture Council, Culture Council.
Cancel, soon to be canceled Culture Council.
I need to get 1 or 2 videos out and stuff. I'm lagging behind on that, but unfortunately, it's kind of one or the other. I can only really kind of work on the live aspect or not. But it's been very busy. WrestleMania weekend's always great if you're a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
That's
Have
it.
to check that one out. Check it out, man.
That's gonna be fun. I'm looking forward to it. It's the first WrestleMania I've been excited about in years and years, so it should be entertaining.
Yeah, man.
Plus, I've watched
Heck
it
yeah.
most of my life, so I can't let 40 slip me by and not watch. I would never have been able to say I was a fan, But everybody knows where to find me. It's at Culture Pop B-Hop. I'm your Culture Pop, I suppose. B-Hop, and I really do appreciate everybody who's watched, man, big time. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, share, find us all. And we'll be back next Saturday at 4 for another Culture Council, and we'll be reviewing episode 4 of X-Men. I hope it stays good and no more like pining after a naked Wolverine in the shower. But we'll see. I guess we'll see. But I mean, we gave I gave it like a fucking 8 or something, and it was really good. So thank you to everybody that watched. I can't express to you how much we appreciate you. Take care, much love, and we'll see you next time.
All right.
We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.